The hearing of the Senate Blue Ribbon is hereby called to order. Good morning, everyone. For anything else, I'd like to acknowledge the senators who are present at this moment in the plenary hall. We'd like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Juan Ponce Enrile, the Minority Floor Leader. Good morning, sir. Let's then acknowledge the resource persons who are here. For the Commissioner, for the Bureau of Internal Revenue, we have Attorney Marisa Cabreros, Assistant Commissioner for Legal Service, BIR. Good morning, ma'am. For the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, we have Deputy Governor Nestor Espinilla Jr. Good morning, sir. Okay. For the AMLC, the Commission Proper, the Insurance Commission, Attorney Manuel F. Dook. Morning, sir. The Executive Director of the Anti-Money Laundering Council, Ms. Julia Bakay Abad. Where are you? Oh, there you are, right in front of me. Okay, good morning, ma'am. PAGCO, represented by Mr. Eugene Manalastas.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. PAGCO representative for MIDAS, Mr. Raimundo de Guzman. Yes, good morning. For RCBC, we have President Mr. Lorenzo Tan. Good morning, sir. And the EVP, the head of the Treasury Group, Mr. Raul Victor B. Tan. Good morning, sir. Of course, Attorney Maria Celia Estavillo. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, sir.
Mr. Raymart Marbella, Mr. Romaldo Agarado, and Pinky Makaalay. Good morning. You're here? Okay, thank you. PNB, represented by Ms. Alice Cordero. Good morning, ma'am. Mr. Nelson Tan, BDO, represented by Attorney Alvin Go. Good morning, sir. East-West, represented by Attorney Benedicto Valerio and Ms. Bernadette Ratcliffe. Good morning. Yes, there you are. Okay, PhilRem, Ms. Salud Bautista and Mr. Concon Bautista. Are you feeling better? Mark Palmares, are you here? Okay. Soler, represented by Benitan, Attorney Benitan. Good morning. Gold Moon Junket Soler Resort, Attorney Eduardo Escaño. Yes, good morning. Melco Crown Philippines, Attorney Katrina L. Nepomuceno.
Your Honor, I'm from representing Midas Hotel.
Okay,
Casino.
Midas then. Thank you. Melco Crown Philippines, Adrian Au and Jomini Nazareno. Attorney, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Maya Santos Digito, good morning, ma'am. Angela Torres, good morning. Mr. Loren Anthony Escobar, good morning. And the Truth Verifier Systems, representative of the Truth Verifier System Incorporated, Ms. Catherine Aquino. Good morning, ma'am. We also have Attorney Renato E. De Jesus. Okay, yes, good morning, sir. Yes, administrative matter before we proceed. All those who are here as resource persons and who have not yet taken their oath, please stand. The Director General is by... Yeah. Before that, we'd like to recognize the Presence of Senator Bam Aquino. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Those who are here for the first time, could you please stand and raise your right hand? Those who are here for the first time. Yes, Miss. Sir, yung notary first. Oh. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding? Kindly that if you to say yes. Thank you. You may take your seats.
We also see Mr. Gaite has arrived, representing the Securities and Exchange. Yes, good morning, sir. Okay, before we proceed to the heart of the matter, which is the PhilRem Group, the group that was tasked to make the report of the junket operator, what group was that? There are two groups, right? Gold Moon, am I correct? And the other is?
Your Honor, for Gold Moon, we've already submitted our report.
Yes, yes. The other one,
The other one is from Sun City.
Sun City, are you here?
He's not around yet, Your Honor, but I understand they'll be submitting a report today.
Yes, they said they would submit it within 1 week. 1 week.
Yes, Your Honor, yeah.
Will he be coming over? Is he
that-
just late, or will he not be coming?
I understand he will be coming over, Your Honor.
Okay. RCBC, in page, you did commit to, you undertook to submit copies of your MT 999s.
Your Honor, we've submitted them together with everything actually that we submitted to AMLC. They're all in the file,
To AMLC,
which were submitted to the Senate, Your Honor, as I understood.
by MLC.
Yes, sir. But I understood that all the records pertaining to all the
Just,
four
okay,
accounts were
okay,
there, sir.
thank you. But let's just confirm, Ms. Abad, has it been submitted to the Blue Ribbon?
I understand there were documents that have been submitted by RCBC to the AMLAC, but I'm not sure if this is the same documents that the Honorable Senator is referring to.
Maybe can you just have a copy of everything that you submitted to AMLC?
All right, Your Honor.
Thank you, thank you. And for the BSP, in the last hearing, Governor Espinilla, in the discussion about the penalties of the banks in relation to the charter of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, about a 30,000 per transaction, 30,000 per transaction, or 30,000 per day penalty, if you remember correctly.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, and you did commit that you would make some submissions with regards to some changes that you want, that you wish, not only for the Bangko Sentral charter, but also for the anti-money laundering.
Mr. Chairman, on that point, we have, for the BSP, we have prepared recommendations for consideration of the Monetary Board and the Anti-Money Laundering Council, Mr. Chairman. We're just completing our internal process, but we'll be able to offer those recommendations, Mr. Chairman, as early as next week. through the Anti-Money Laundering Council.
Next week?
And
We,
because
we won't hold you to the deadline, but or less indicative.
no, Mr. Chairman, what we will do is after the Monetary Board has cleared our recommendations, it will be submitted to the Anti-Money Laundering Council for its consideration as part of the set of amendments to be recommended for consideration of Congress.
I see. You make it pass to the Monetary Board first.
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Okay. Senator Enrile.
I was not here the last hearing. What is this 30,000?
Governor Spinilla, could you please elaborate?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The BSP was queried as to what are the limits in terms of the monetary penalties that the BSP may impose. I clarified, Mr. Chairman, that under the existing BSP charter amendment, BSP charter, we are limited by law to impose a maximum of 30,000 pesos per day per violation, Mr. Chairman.
What is the basis of the imposition of this maximum penalty? That is the upper part of the range, of penalty that you can exact. What led you to go to that limit, to the upper limit?
No, Mr. Chairman, I was just answering what is the limit.
No, I am asking you. You are a part of policy making, and you are suggesting a policy that you will have to exact the maximum penalty, and the question that enters immediately to my mind, what caused that?
Mr. Chairman, we suggested that there should be some review of the upper limit because, for example, in the situation at hand, in the money laundering case, for example.
Are you suggesting that the banking system has become deteriorated to such an extent that you have to exact the maximum penalty so that you can control the situation? Or are you suggesting that you have become so inefficient that you have to exact the maximum penalty in order to make your efficiency higher?
No, Mr. Chairman. The amount of 30,000 pesos per day in comparison to the size of the transactions is actually very small. And the context of that discussion, Mr. Chairman, was that one of the senators cited the large amounts of penalties that are actually being imposed in other jurisdictions. I was just responding to that, Mr.
Very
Chairman.
small, you said. But that is precisely the range. That range was intended by the government to exact severity in relation to exact situations, isn't it? That is the purpose of that from 0 to 30,000. That gradation is based on the severity of the situation according to the perception of the regulator. And I'm asking you now, since you are moving, you have gone to the upper limit and probably you want to go beyond, is that a sign that your system has become uncontrollable or that there is something wrong with your system?
There's nothing wrong with the system, Mr. Chairman. The penalty is meant...
Why are you increasing the penalties?
It is meant for those who violate the rules, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, if you are efficient and you can control the situation, you don't have to impose a penalty because everybody will be complying. Then, if your efficiency becomes deteriorated, you increase it over 0 until you reach the maximum range of 30,000. That is the limit established by law, by the policy formulators. And that is why I'm asking, what is the impelling reason for going beyond or to that upper limit and beyond, perhaps? Is that just an arbitrary decision, or is it based on a substantial cause?
Chairman, the amount of penalty prescribed by law is meant to be a deterrent to and to promote compliance with the law, Mr. Chairman.
Kaya nga tinatanong ko, marami bang hindi nagko-comply? Marami bang gumagawa ng kalukuhan? Marami bang hindi sumusunod? Dahil dyan ay ipinapataw ninyo yung pinakamabigat na parusa, ganun ba? O ito ay joke only, like some candidates are saying that they make jokes only.
No, Mr. Chairman, we recommend imposition of the maximum penalty when the situation warrants it.
Mr. Director, Mr. Bangko Sentral, bakit nga ipinapataw ninyo yung maximum penalty? Bakit? What is the immediate, primary, and effective cause?
When the situation is grave, Mr. Chairman, in such that there is a possible damage to the system or affecting the
so
institution.
you say because of the situation. Are you saying that the situation has become a little bit unwieldy? That you have now to impose a maximum penalty for violations?
No, Mr. Chairman, we don't think the system is unwieldy, but I think the situation warrants sanction to those who have violated the law, Mr. Chairman.
Well, the law is wise. It establishes a range from 0 up to an upper limit, depending upon the condition of the system. And that's why I'm asking you, as an administrator, whether you have reached that upper limit that reflects the efficiency of the system.
Mr. Chairman, I think the context here is 30,000 pesos compared to the asset sizes of the transactions is such a small amount, Mr. Chairman.
You are making excuses. I'm asking for a question because we are designing a policy.
Perhaps, Governor, could you explain the context?
I'll put it this way. Why not reduce it? You cannot reduce it because that will be illogical in relation to the situation, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have to apply, or the Monetary Board has to take into consideration the context of a specific situation in determining what amount of penalty to impose, Mr. Chairman.
No. We are establishing a policy. What you're suggesting is a discretion based on your judgment. The law must establish a rule, a guide. It's not yours, but it's Congress' prerogative to do that.
Mr. Chairman, there are implementing regulations in terms of assessing.
We are not talking
imposable
on implementing
penalties.
regulations. You are not lawmaking. We are the lawmakers. And I'm asking you, as a matter of policy, whether the situation demands that we increase the penalties, which shows that the situation has deteriorated, or that your efficiency has dwindled.
Mr. Chairman, the situation demands higher penalties, but I don't think the situation has deteriorated.
Why do you increase the penalty if there is no basis?
Well, Mr. Chairman,
I'm asking for the basis of your recommendation to increase the penalty. It's not just, you cannot just do an arbitrary decision for the people. It's not your decision. This is going to affect the people.
Mr. Chairman, if I may,
Ito masama sa atin. We are tending to become a government of men, not a government of laws.
Mr. Chairman, the basis for our belief that monetary penalties can be increased is the increased threat of money laundering activity to the country.
So why not increase it to 1 million or 50,000 at least?
Mr. Chairman, we have recommendations. It will be up to Congress to decide on that, Mr. Chairman.
Even if the amount involved is only 1,000, you impose 30,000? Is that it?
Mr. Chairman, our recommendation is based on both amounts and also should be related to the size of the transaction, Mr. Chairman.
And you determine the gravity based on your notion of what is grave? Mr. Chairman, I do not want to belabor this. This is not his function. This is the function of Congress. Now, I am surprised. I only raised that question because we start to learn that we cannot deal with policy in this country on a whimsical basis. There must be a cause, a reason for us to adopt a policy. Thank you.
Thank you. Governor, when you make your recommendations, then make sure about the basis for your recommendations.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Okay. On page 40, Midas, Miss Nepomuceno, Attorney Nepomuceno.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, in that past hearing, it was mentioned that 550 million entered Midas, and it was linaro doon sa junket, ano po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you still have to determine that amount. You're still determining that amount.
Actually, Your Honor, we're trying to look at all the accounts of that were played in the casino, and we're determining what is the portion of the Gauss playing account vis-a-vis the entire report of the gross gaming revenue reported to the junket agent, which is Prime Investment Korea, Inc.
Yeah, but anyway, at any rate, you said that in the last hearing you will give the amount in 10 working days. Yun po, I'm reading, I have the transcript.
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, we have a ballpark figure of the amount. We're able to actually evaluate all the records. We are still in the process of completing the records.
Okay,
that will be
okay.
submitted.
So, in 10 working days, which is...
I can actually give you the ballpark figure, Your Honor, today.
Okay. Now, let's just wait for your final report so we can...
Yes, Your Honor.
When will that be?
That should be any time this week, Your Honor.
Okay. Very good then. Mr. Manalastas, yung pinag-usapan yung earnings ng PAGCOR doon sa gaming ngayon sa Midas. And in the last hearing, Senator Recto said that earnings is now part of PAGCOR. Okay? And you were asked if it's possible for you to return it to Bangladesh. My first question is, Ms. Abad, would it be proper for us to say that the AMLA can pursue that if the earnings are from a junket operator and these earnings become part of PAGCOR, obviously the funds came from the $81 million, then we can still pursue it. In this case, the profits earned by PAGCOR, would that be proper?
I believe so, Your Honor, that we can still pursue the same, as long as we can establish that everything came from this stolen funds. However, I think it would have to go through the process once the money or funds become part of the PAGCOR's funds, or it becomes a public funds.
Correct. So it becomes public funds.
Then before it can be disbursed, it has to be appropriated, Your Honor. I think
Correct.
it has to go through that process.
So they also said, PAGCOR also said, since they're under the Office of the President, they need the clearance from the Office of the President. But again, like you said, which I also agree, I think, that it's public money, therefore you need an appropriation for its release. But nevertheless, the point being that we're here to identify sources where we can return to the Bangladeshi authorities. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And I understand Mr. Kim Wong returned 200 million yesterday. Am I correct?
Yesterday, Your Honor, Eastern Hawaii Leisure Company, through its lawyer, turned over the amount of 200 million pesos to the AMLAC for safekeeping to be returned to the People's Republic of Bangladesh.
Okay. Am I correct then that Mr. Kim Wong, ito bang bahagi ng 450 na sinabi niyo po?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Kasi po, di ba nangako po, within a month, I to return 450 million po.
Okay. Okay. Yes. And one last detail, Ms. Abad. When there is civil forfeiture case, in this case, let's be very specific, the government of Bangladesh has to intervene in the civil forfeiture case. Because if they do not intervene and say that it's their money, then the court will declare it as the money of the Republic. Am I correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Under the rule on civil forfeiture, any party or person who has a claim on any property being subject of forfeiture should file the appropriate petition in intervention or third-party claim. They should present evidence to the effect that the property legitimately belongs to them.
So, okay then. Anyway, please, they're here also, so they're listening, but please inform them later on, make sure that they file an intervention. Okay. We go to Philrem. Mr. Palmares.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Pakilapit lang.
Good morning, sir.
Magandang umaga. Ikaw yung nakatira sa, ayon sa affidavit mo, ikaw yung nakatira sa 392 Columbia Street, Mandaluyong.
Opo, sir.
Okay. Attorney Renato De Jesus, nandito po kayo. Opo. Please talk in the mic. Press.
Arte po ako.
Okay.
Sir.
Attorney Renato De Jesus, nag-submit si Mark Raymond Valenzuela Palmares, purporting to be the messenger of Philrem, ng isang affidavit po. At ikaw daw ang nag-notaryo nito. Nakikita ba? May kopya po ba kayo?
Meron po. Hindi po to totoo. Hindi ko po to signature.
Hindi kayo ito.
Hindi po ito. Hindi po ako ito.
Pero
Hindi ko
pangalan,
po signature to.
pangalan mo Renato De Jesus.
Opo.
So wala kang kinalaman dito. This is, as
Wala
far
po
as you're
ako.
concerned, you have nothing to do with this document.
Wala po kinalaman po dito tungkol sa bagay na ito.
Well, Mr. Palmares, ano ba tong sinasabit mo rito? At mismong notaryo nagsabi, hindi daw siya ang nagnotaryo nito.
Sir,
I warn you, pwede po kayo makulong dito.
pumunta po ako, sir, sa Pasig City Hall po. Sa notaryo po, kay Renato De Jesus po.
Yun ba? Yun nandito siya.
Yun
Siya
po,
ba yun?
Opo, yung naka-pink po.
Naka-pink.
Binigay
Siya yan.
po sa sekretary niya yung papel po.
Oh, yan si Mr. Jesus. Nakikita mo yung mukha niya. Siya ba yung kinausap mo?
Opo, sir. Binigay po sa sekretary niya, sir.
Binigay niya sa sekretary niya.
Yung ito pong
Pero naharap mo siya.
nakita ko lang po doon, sir. Naharap ko po.
At ano nangyari? Pakikwento mo, ano nangyari?
Nagsumpa po ako, sir. Tapos, sir.
Nagsumpa ka.
Oo.
Nagtaas ka ng kamay.
Oo.
Kay nino?
Kay Mr. Renato De Jesus po.
Eh siya nga mismo nagsabi, wala siyang kinalaman dyan eh. Ano, Mr. De Jesus? Anong tingin,
Nagsisinungaling po siya. Hindi ko po siya nakikita ni minsan.
Ni minsan?
Ni minsan, hindi ko po siya nakikita. Nakita.
Sir,
Ito po ay hindi ko talagang pirma. Malayong malayo.
Meron kang notarial registry dito. May IBP number 1012153. Sa'yo po ba itong number na ito? IBP number?
Hindi ko po masasabi kung itong aking...
Hindi mo memorize yung
Hindi ko
number mo?
kabisado.
Okay, understood naman. Hindi naman tayo
Kabisado
memorize
to.
ng number natin.
IBP. Opo.
Pero I just want to be clear. Never mo siya nakita.
Hindi ko po siya nakikita.
Kasi kakasabi lang niya, nagkaharapan daw kayo eh.
Sisinungaling po siya. Hindi ko po siya nakikita.
Senator Bamakino?
Attorney De Jesus, ito po ba ang pirma ninyo? Ito po ba pirma ninyo? Nakita niyo po yung affidavit? Ito po ba pirma ninyo?
Sandali lang po. Hindi ko po ito pirma. As notary public.
Pwede po ba kayo mag-submit ng mga ibang dokumento ng pirma ninyo?
Opo.
Okay.
I'm willing.
So in short to, sinasabi po nyo, hindi po ito notarized, itong affidavit na to. Dahil you are saying hindi kayo to.
Hindi po ako ito pumirma.
Okay. In any case, Mr. Chairman, even if this is invalidated by the notary, we can get the testimony of Mr. Palmares naman.
Yes, of course. We will continue asking Mr. Palmares. Senator Enrile?
Abogado ka, di ba?
Opo.
May lisensya ka as a member of the bar.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ngayon, nakalagay dito, Attorney Renato, ano ito?
E. De Jesus.
E. De Jesus.
Opo.
Yan ba ang pangalan mo?
Ito po.
O ngayon, nakalagay dito, notary public.
Notary public.
Ha? Notary public ka.
Opo.
May lisensya ka na notary public.
Opo.
Okay. Lahat dito sa mga nakasulat dito sa ilalim ng pangalan mo, alin dito ang hindi totoo?
As I have told you, Your Honor, hindi ko po kabisadong
Alin dito? Basahin mo. Alin, abogado ka eh.
Opo.
Alin dito ang hindi totoo? May hindi totoo? Diyan, sa mga nakasulat sa ilalim ng pangalan mo?
Tayo lang po.
Basahin mo.
IBP number 1 PTR. Dali lang po.
Sagutin mo nga, sagutin mo. Kung mayroong error, hindi totoo dito sa mga nakalagay na detalye, mga numero, mga words, salita dito sa ilalim ng pangalan ng Attorney Renato E. De Jesus.
Ako po, nakakasiguro na hindi ko po to,
Ha?
nakakasiguro po ako na hindi ko po to pirma. Pero ito pong mga nakasaad dito, hindi ko po makakabisa, hindi ko po masasabing kung kaagad. Unless,
Totoo ba lahat ito mga nakasulat dito sa ilalim ng nasa ilalim ng pangalan mo? Totoo ba?
hindi ko po masasabing,
Ha?
hindi ko po kabisa, sa aking pangtatak po, sa aking...
Basahin mo sa record, basahin mo. At sabihin mo kung may hindi totoo dyan. Alam mo,
Sandali lang.
nagpapalusot kayo rito eh.
Sandali lang. Bakit hindi mo masabi, bakit hindi mo masagot yung tanong ni Senator Enrile? Ito mga IBP number, PTR, dahil hindi mo memorize.
Opo.
Okay. May opisina ka naman. Pwede mong tawagin opisina mo ngayon para malaman mo kung tugma nga yung PTR number at saka yung IBP number.
Sandali lang po.
Meron kang MCLE compliance number. Meron TIN number. Lahat ito, paki-verify.
Mr. Chairman, meron
Opo.
akong susunod na kwan. Alam mo, paano malalaman ito nitong tao na ito, isang messenger, kung hindi ikaw ang naglagay niyan? Walang makakaalam, maski sino, maski members ng Supreme Court, hindi nila memorya at ilagay sa ilalim ng pangalan mo. Yung mga details na yan, sapagkat yan sarili mo. Yan ang hanap buhay mo. Pagkatapos magsasabi ka rito, hindi mo alam? Ano ka ba?
Ito pong pirma ko, talagang hindi ko po pirma
Kala mo
ito.
kami lahat dito, mangmang, ano?
Ito pong pirma ito, hindi ko po talaga akin ito.
Hindi natin alam pa kung totoo yung sinasabi mo eh. Kaya ito mismo pinagsisinungalingan mo na itong mga identifying professional numbers na ibinigay sa iyo eh.
Talagang hindi ko po pirma ito. Masasabi sa inyo.
All right. At any rate, Attorney De Jesus, tawagan niyo yung opisina niyo, lahat ng mga nandito, mga detalye, can you verify it? And then, when you're ready, I would say, maybe 30 minutes would be enough time for you to verify. But do you affirm again? Number one, this is not your signature.
Opo.
Number two, you're stating that you've never notarized this.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Number three, you have never seen this person.
Opo.
Okay. Sige, we'll wait for you till when you get back.
Sandali lang. Did you submit this already to the Registry of Documents? Hindi ba lahat ng mga affidavit na ginagawa ninyo, pinadadala nyo, nako-compile ito sa isang opisina? Hindi ba?
Yes, in continuance with the...
Lahat ng mga dokumento ninyo, it is sent, a copy is sent to the civil registry, I think, di ba?
Opo.
Di ba?
Now, could you produce also na lang the notarial register, the book, where you record all the documents that you notarize?
Opo, ayun.
Naka-register ito sa notarial book mo eh. Sasabihin mo, hindi mo ginawa ito.
Teka, sandali lang po, tatawagin ko yun.
We will give you 30 minutes. Okay then. Mr. Palmares.
Sir,
Yes. Sandali lang, ha? Saan ka ba nakatira?
sa Green Hills po, sir.
Anong number ng bahay mo?
392 Columbia.
392 Columbia. Are we ready with that? We just want to show something, no? Ginoogle Earth namin yung bahay mo. Ito po ang 392 Columbia. Bahay mo ba yan?
Opo, 392 Columbia Street po. Sa boss ko po yan, yung tatay ng boss ko po. Stay in po ako dun, sir.
Stay in ka? Oo. Sino po ang boss niyo?
Si Shiba Bautista po. Salud.
So bahay ni Shiba yan?
Sa tatay niya po.
Sa tatay mo? Tatay mo, Shiba. Verbal response, please, Shiba.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sa makatuwid, nakatira ka sa bahay ni sa tatay ni Miss Salud Bautista.
Stay in lang po, mga messenger.
Yeah. Nakatira, stay in.
Oo.
Okay, fine. Okay, on February 5 po, naalala mo yon?
Opo, sir.
Sige. Sabi mo rito, nag-deliver ka ng 90,000 pesos?
90 million, sir.
No, I'm sorry, 90 million pesos. $500,000
Opo, sir.
sa Soler.
Opo.
Okay, nakalagay dito, nandun si Miss Salud Bautista, kasama nyo.
Opo, sir.
And dala mo yung cash.
Opo, dala ko po.
Okay, kanino mo binigay yung cash?
Kay Ma'am Shiba po.
Kay
Yun po
Shi-
sa, ang instruction po sa akin, sir, magkita lang kami sa Soler. Pagdating dun, sir, inabot ko lang po yung receiving copy, sir, na nakalagay po doon na 900,000, yung amount po, at saka 500,000.
900 million, you mean?
900 million, sir, sorry.
90. Nagkakagulo-gulo na tayo. 90
Sorry,
million.
Sir, 90 million, sir, na pesos, at saka po $500,000.
Saan mo kinuha yung pera?
Bali po, pinick up po lang po yun sa opisina namin po.
Saan yung opisina nyo?
Makati po.
Anong address?
Sa Cityland.
Ano address?
2401.
2401 Cityland.
2401 Cityland.
Anong street?
Rupino, Herrera Corner, Esteban.
So, kanto siya.
Apo.
Pinick up mo.
Ah,
Anong oras mo pinick up?
mga 6 o'clock siguro yun, sir.
6 o'clock.
Apo.
Sino nagsabi sa iyo na i-pick up yun?
Si Ma'am Shiba Bautista po. Salud po, salud.
Okay.
6 o'clock kahapon.
Hindi 6 o'clock kahapon.
Kailan yun?
February 5. February 5.
February 5.
Okay. Ngayon, pumasok ka sa Soler.
Opo, sir.
Dala-dala mo yung 90 million.
Opo, sir.
At saan mo nakita si Miss Salud Bautista?
Doon po, sir, sa VIP po.
Sa?
Bago pumasok ng VIP.
Ano pangalan ng lugar?
VIP, yung room po, VIP room.
Pumasok ka sa VIP room.
Opo. Dinala ko po yung 90 million.
Ano itsura ng VIP room?
Malaki po eh.
Anong kulay ng rug?
Para po yatang red po yata yun. Yung
Tapos
kulay.
ano nakalagay sa mga dingding?
Hindi ko na po maalala po. First time ko po na pumasok doon.
First time.
Opo.
Pero 18 years ka ng messenger nila.
7 years lang po.
7 years.
Opo.
Pero first time mo lang sa Soler.
Hindi naman po. Sa VIP lang po. First time po ako na
First time
doon.
ka.
Yung room lang po yun. Po.
Anong nakita mo sa loob ng VIP room? Anong maalala mo?
Mga tao lang po. Yung nakita ko po doon. Yung mga lamesa. Yun lang
Sino
po.
kasama ni Miss Bautista?
Si Sir Concon po, Bautista.
Si Concon. Oo. Mga anong oras ito?
Siguro sir, mga 7 7:30 siguro, sir.
7:30.
Oo.
Ikaw mag-isa.
Opo.
Mag-isa. Gano'ng kabigat ba ang 90 million pesos at kaya mong mag-isa?
Yung naka-trolley naman po binaba lang po sa sasakyan tapos kinarga po sa trolley. Tapos dinala ko po doon sa loob ng
May trolley sa Soler.
Opo.
At ilan ang maleta na dala mo?
Bali po, isang malaki po at saka po yung isa, ganyan po kahaba, ganyan po kataas.
Maleta?
Ang malita po, nanda sa gilid po. Malaki po yun. Yung malita. Mga ganyan.
So ilang maleta dala mo?
Bali po, isang malita po at saka parang traveling bag po na mahaba. Ganyan po kahaba.
Yung zipper nasa taas, yung
Opo,
paganon.
bilog po, yung zipper.
Bilog?
Yung paikot, sir, ganyan. Dalawa pong zipper.
Okay. Okay.
Tsaka po isa pong bag na yung pangbabae po na ganyan kalaki. Yung parang shoulder bag po na.
So ilan bag lahat-lahat?
Bali, 3 po.
3. Isang shoulder bag na pambabae.
Opo.
Puno ng pera.
Oo.
Isang traveling bag.
Oh, yung malaki pong traveling bag po.
Okay. Puno rin ng pera.
Opo, sir.
At isang maleta.
Yung malaki pong malita, sir.
Okay. Kaya mong kargahin lahat yun?
Nagpatulong lang po ako, sir.
Kay sino tumulong sa'yo?
Sa kasama ko pong driver, sir.
Anong pangalan ng driver mo? Kasama mo?
Sir, kay Ma'am Shiba nyo lang po itanong, sir, kung ano, sir.
Hindi. Tinatanong kita. Driver lang ng kasama. Sabi mo, kasama ka eh. Tao yung kasama mo?
Opo, sir.
O, yun pala eh.
Kasi nagda-drive lang naman po yun sa akin.
Anong
sir.
pangalan niya? Sagutin mo. Kasama mo. Attorney Calleja, are you coaching him? Are you telling him what to do? What to say?
I told him to tell the name, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you for that then. Narinig ng attorney mo.
Opo.
Alam mo, ang daming intriga na rito. There is a notary that's saying na hindi totoo. Magsabi ka na ng totoo. Okay? Anong pangalan ng driver na kasama mo? Mark,
Sir.
relax ka lang. Okay lang. Ang ano lang is, ilang taon mo nang kasama yung tao, sabihin mo na yung pangalan. Simple lang naman pang tinatanong ko.
Ronilo Palmares, sir.
Palmares din.
Opo.
Okay. Relative mo?
Tito ko po.
Tito mo? Anong first name?
Ronilo.
Ronilo. Okay. Itong Ronilo na ito, nakatira din. Stay in din. Doon sa bahay na ini-stay in mo.
Opo, sir.
Okay. Kayong dalawa ang nagdala ng pera.
Opo, sa Soler po. Pero ako na lang po nagpasok doon sa loob ng VIP. Patulong na po ako doon pagbaba sa lobby.
Sino tumulong sa'yo?
Yung driver pong kasama ko, sir. Si Ronilo Palmares.
Pero pagpasok sa VIP, hindi na siya
Hindi na
kasama.
Kasi may trolley naman po, sir. Kaya ko naman po itulak mag-isa.
Okay. Mula anong office hanggang sa pagbaba sa kotse, sino tumulong sa'yo?
Mula po sa officer, yung mga staff po, sa po yung mga yung driver po, si Ronilo Palmares.
Si Ronilo Palmares. Okay. Sino pa nandun sa Soler, sa VIP?
May mga Chinese po akong nakikita doon, sir. Mga kasama nila ni Ma'am Shiba.
Nung binigay mo yung pera kay Shiba, ano nangyari?
Yung resibo po, binigay ko kay Ma'am Shiba po. Kasi siya na lang po magpa-receive nun, yung pong instruction sa akin. Tapos po, yung pera po, nandyan lang po.
Teka muna. Yung resibo binigay mo kay Nino?
Ma'am Shiba po.
Kay Shiba. Anong ginawa ni Shiba?
Pina-receive niya po.
Pina-receive niya. Hindi ba yung resibo, ikaw nakapirma?
Opo, pangalan ko po yan, sir, sa resibo. Para po, in case po na may problema po yung pera, sir, deliver by po, nakalagay doon pangalan ko. Kung meron po problema, sir, halimbawa, sir, may fake o kulang po, Ako po yung babalikan ni Ma'am Shiba kasi nakalagay po doon deliver by Mark. Yun po yung katunayan lang sir na ako po yung nag-deliver ng...
Ito yung procedure nyo.
Procedure po.
At nakita mong pinirmahan ito?
Hindi po sir.
Hindi mo nakita?
Hindi po. Kasi sir, malayo pa sila sir eh.
Gano'ng kalayo?
Siguro sir ito sir at saka yung aircon na yun sir.
Yung aircon dyan?
Oo.
Gano'ng kalayo? So, kinuha ni Miss Shiba sa'yo,
Binigay ko po sa
binigay mo,
resibo siya na lang daw po.
tapos
magpapareceive.
lumakad siya papunta doon. Pero nasa loob ka ng kwarto,
Oh, nasa gilid lang po kami.
sa gilid. What happened, Miss Salud, with the receipt? How did you transport the money to Mr. Wei Kang-su?
Your Honor, yung pera ho nasa trolley,
Okay.
tapos dinala nila, yung group nila, yung mga Chinese people. Tapos,
No, that you transported it from where he was standing,
no. The money was there in the trolley, dun lang sa labas.
outside.
Oo, parang, di ba pagpasok mo kasi sa Soler, di ba nasa right side yung yung VIP area?
Okay, I haven't been there.
Yeah. So the VIP area is on the right side. As pagpasok mo sa lobby ng Soler, dun sa VIP area na yon.
Okay. And then what happened? You gave the receipt to Mr. Wei Kang-su. Please tell us what happened. Pakikwento lang.
Actually, si Mr. Wong was there. So sabi niya, player niya si Mr. Wei Kang-su. So siya nang nag-identify. Kaya, kinuha ko na lang yung passport tapos pinapirmahan sa kanya.
And then pinicturean mo ba yung passport?
Yes, sir.
So Mr. Wei Kang-su signed it in front of you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Senator Aquino?
Mark, good morning.
Good morning sir.
Good morning. So may mga tanong lang ako, pakisagot lang no, yung mga tanong. So nasabi before ni Miss Salud na lahat ng mga deliveries kasama ka daw. Totoo ba 'yon?
Opo. Ito pong ito pong 5 hanggang po 13. Kaya yung sa Soler lang po, si Ma'am Shiba kasama ko po dito. Tsaka Sir Konkon.
Yung February 10, February 11, February 12, February 13, kasama ka rin doon, di ba?
Bali po ako lang po yung nagde-deliver po ng pera sa bahay po nila. Tapos po, iniwan ko lang po kay Sir Konkon yung receiving copy po at saka pa yung mga cash po.
Okay. So, wala ka nung binigay kay Wei Kang-su, yung pera. Itong nasa number 6 sa yung affidavit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Itong 8 transactions dito sa number 6, nakalagay kasi sa salaysay mo, the other cash deliveries that I made which took place in the residence of the Bautistas were as follows. So, kumbaga, nandun ka nung na-deliver yung perang to. Tama ba? So, Mark, naintindihan mo yung, I'll repeat the question, no? Dito sa affidavit mo, nakalagay dito na on February 10, may 100 million tsaka $3 million. February 11, 100 million, $2 million. February 12, 100 million, $3.5 million. February 13, 100 million, $6 million. Nandun ka ba nung dineliver yung perang ito?
Nasa bahay lang po ako, sir. Hinahatid ko lang po yung, yung cash po.
Okay.
Yung pera.
Hinahatid mo siya?
Doon po sa kay Mr. Bautista.
Okay, mula sa?
Mula po sa opisina, dadaling ko po doon sa bahay nila.
So, yung perang ito nasa opisina?
Hindi po. Galing po sa opisina, sir. Dadaling ko po doon sa bahay nila.
Okay. Pero ikaw, nakatira ka rin sa bahay nila, di ba?
Hindi po. Sa 392 po.
Okay. So, sa 392, makakatanggap ka ng tawag, kunin mo yung pera, dalhin mo sa bahay ng mga Bautista. Tama?
Hindi po. Sa office po namin po, sa Cityland. Galing po sa office namin Cityland, dadaling ko po sa bahay nila.
Sino nagsabi sa'yo na dalhin mo yung pera?
Instruction po yun, sir, galing sa kina Sir Konkon.
Okay. So, sa si Konkon, tatawagan ka, yung perang nasa opisina, dalhin mo sa bahay namin. Tama?
Opo, sir.
Okay. Pagdating mo doon, iniwan mo yung pera sa bahay nila.
Opo.
Alam mo ba kung kanino nila binigay yung pera?
Hindi po.
Okay, kasi sa yung affidavit, nakalagay yung beneficiary kung kanino napunta.
Kung kanino po napunta po, kay Wikang. So, nung 6 po kasi nung February 9 po, isang beses po na paghatid ko po ng pera, kumakain po ako, naabutan ko po habang nagkakarga sila ng pera. Pero hindi ko po nakita kung sino po doon si Wikang So. Kasi po marami sila eh.
Okay. So kung nandito si Wei Kang-soo, hindi mo matuturo?
Hindi ko po maalala ang mukha, sir, kasi marami ho silang magkakamukha, sir, mga Chinese, sir.
Okay. So hindi mo rin alam na si Wei Kang-soo yung kumuha ng perang ito?
Hindi po. Kasi yun pong instruction lang po na sila na po ni Sir Konkon magpapareceive at haharap po sa tao. Ako lang po magdadala ng pera galing po. Deliver lang po talaga ako ng pera sa bahay nila.
So unang-una, Mark, no, po-point out ko lang na sa affidavit mo, nilagay mo dito na napunta kay Wei Kang-soo yung pera. Sa totoo, hindi mo talaga alam kung kanino napunta yung pera. Ang alam mo, naibigay mo kay Konkon tsaka kay Salud. Tama?
Sir, kasi ang instruction po sa akin, sir, sa beneficiary po, Wei Kang-soo po ilalagay, deliver Wei Kang-soo. Ako po gumawa nung receiving copy, sir, eh.
Okay.
Tapos, sila na po yung haharap sa tao, sir.
Okay. So itong beneficiary na Wei Kang-soo, ito yung utos sa iyo ng mga Bautista. Hindi mo talaga nakita personally na pinirmahan ito ni Wei Kang-soo?
Hindi po.
Okay. So kinaklaro ko lang, hindi mo nakitang pinirmahan yung mga resibo ng isang Wei Kang-soo?
Opo, hindi po.
Okay. So si Wei Kang-soo, kung nandyan siya sa harap mo, hindi mo rin masasabi kung sino si Wei Kang-soo?
Hindi po, sir.
Okay. Si Mr. Kim Wong, kilala mo ba?
Hindi po, sir.
Nung mga panahong, nung sa Soler, wala ba siya doon? Nung dineliver mo yung $90,500,000? O hindi mo lang maalala?
Hindi ko lang po sure, sir, kung nandun siya, sir. Kasi may mga Chinese po, sir, eh. Hindi ko rin po maalala yung mukha niya, sir, kasi nakilala ko lang siya, sir, sa TV, nung sa balita, nakita ko lang. Pero hindi ko po maalala
kung nandun siya.
Hindi po ko sure.
Mr. Wong, nandun ka ba? Itong $90,500,000 sa Soler, nandun ka, di ba? Nung dineliver yung pera?
Yung 90 ho, tsaka 500,000. Hindi ko po alam yun eh.
Hindi ba ito yung February 5 na nag-dinner kayo with Maya?
80 lang ho, alam ko eh. 80 tsaka 20 lang ho.
80
Kasi may
million.
500. Balagi ho, baka hindi po ako yun.
Okay.
80 million
yung delivery ng 80 million pesos, si Mr. Palmaris ba, nakita mo ba siyang nag-deliver ng pera?
Hindi ko po siya kilala.
Hindi mo rin siya nakita ever?
Never po.
Okay. Sige, Mark. Si Mr. Wong, di mo rin kilala?
Hindi po, sir.
Okay. Pero Ms. Salud, in your testimony, Mr. Wong was there to receive this, right? Could you speak into the mic, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, sa iyong testimony...
Kasama ho niya si Wei Kang-soo.
Okay. So, in your testimony, si Mark deliver yung pera sa VIP room, nandun si Mr. Wong, nandun si Mr. Wei Kang-soo.
Kakaiba pa hong mga Chinese.
And other Chinese individuals, no? Mr. Wong, totoo ba yun? Doon ba nga ba kayo sa VIP room nagka-exchange ng pera? Was yung 80 million po, was that in the VIP room o sa ibang kwarto po yon?
Dumating po sa VIP room ho, tapos nung dalawa nilang tao, nilabas, hinatid ho, inihintay namin kay Maya, hinatid ho hanggang junket ng second floor ng Sun City ho. Malayo po yun.
Malayo yun?
Opo, siguro.
Hindi ho si Mr. Palmares yung dalawang taong yun?
Hindi po. Mas malaki ho.
Mas malaki kay Mr. Palmares?
Opo.
Okay. Mark, so sinasabi ni Mr. Wong, hindi daw ikaw yung nag-deliver nung pera. Ang testimony mo, binigay mo yung pera pero hanggang dun lang sa VIP room. Hinatid mo ba ito dun sa junket operator?
Po, sa VIP room lang po sa baba.
Hanggang doon lang?
Hanggang doon lang po ako sa baba, sir.
Hindi mo siya inakyat sa second floor? Yun po yung sabi ni Mr. Kim Wong.
Umalis na po ako nun, sir, eh. Nung pagka-bigay ko kay Ma'am Shiba.
Okay. Sige. So, magkakaiba na naman yung kwento natin, ah. Ito lang sa number 6, no? Itong mga panahong nag-deliver ka ng pera, 4 na araw ito, mula sa inyong opisina hanggang sa bahay ng mga Bautista, hanggang dun lang ang alam mo. Wala ka ng ibang nalalaman.
Deliver lang po talaga ako, sir.
Hindi mo nakita na niload ito sa ibang kotse?
One time, sir, nung kumakain po ako dun sa bahay nila, nung February 9, yung kumakain po ako dun sa kusina nila, sir, nakita ko po na may mga sasakyan sa labas. Pauwi na rin po ako, tapos na po kumain. May nakita po ako, niload po nila doon sa sasakyan. Kaya malayo po sila, hindi ko po makikita yung mga mukha nila, sir. Madilim, sir, yun doon sa grahe. May boom light lang po.
Miss Bautista, ibang transaction ba to?
Nung 9 po yan, sir.
9 yan, sir. Feb 5 yung akin.
Hindi, pero wala ka namang cash delivery ng February 9 eh. Itong isa.
Po, meron po. Doon ko po, sir, nakakita, sir, na one time, sir, may...
Ito yung 110 million pesos and 3 million dollars. Okay. Hindi mo rin nakita kung kaninong kotse yon. Hindi familiar sa'yo o familiar sa'yo yung mga kotse?
Hindi ko po familiar, sir. Parang mga dark color, sir, na dilim kasi, sir, eh.
Okay. Mark, may ibang usapan. Ilang years ka na nagtatrabaho sa PhilRem?
7 years na po.
7 years. Anong mga trabaho mo sa PhilRem? O lagi ka bang messenger?
Messenger po, nagda-drive din po minsan. Pag wala pong transaction, drive lang po ako.
Yung gantong klaseng transaction ba pangkaraniwan sa'yo? In the 7 years na nagtrabaho ka sa PhilRem?
Hindi po, sir. Ngayon lang po, sir, ako nakahawak na ganyang kalaking pera, sir.
So in your 7 years, hindi ka nagde-deliver ng ganito kalaking pera kahit kanino man?
Hindi po, sir. Ngayon lang po ako nakahawak na ganyang kalaking pera, sir.
Ano yung sinabi sa'yo ni Mr. Bautista nung inutos niya sa'yo to? Sabi ba niya, Mark, ano to malaking pera to kailangan ingatan natin. O parang pangkaraniwan lang yung gantong transaction?
Yun po sabi, sir, ingatan, sir, kasi malaking pera, sir, eh. Kaya siyempre, sir, nag-iingat din, sir.
Sa pagkakaalam mo ba, yung uncle mo, si Ronilo, siya rin parang driver messenger din siya, no?
Hindi po, driver lang po talaga siya, sir.
Driver. Siya ba meron siyang gantong transaction na ganito kalaking pera?
Wala po, sir. Ako lang po. Pag ako po yung messenger po, siya po yung driver lang talaga.
So, kayo yung tandem, no?
Oh.
So, kumbaga, in your 7 years, ngayon lang nagkaroon ng mga transaction na ganito kalaking pera ang dineliver sa mga casino at nirelease mula sa bahay ng mga Bautista.
Opo.
Hindi kayo nagtaka o hindi yun sila tinanong, ma'am, parang bagong transaction po ito,
Hindi naman po ako nagtaka, sir. Kasi, siyempre, sir, utos ng boss ko yan, sir. Messenger lang po ako, sir.
Pero alam mong malaking pera ang umiikot sa PhilRem, no? Kasi ganun talaga yung negosyo nila.
Oo.
Pero ngayon lang nagka-encash na ganito kalaki. Sa yung pagkakaalam.
Hindi ko naman, sir, na inisip, sir, kung ano, sir. Kasi sumusunod lang ako, sir, ng utos nila, sir.
Oo nga. Pero in your 7 years, nag-deliver ka ba ng 1 million pesos para sa ibang kliyente?
1 million po. Sa bangko lang po.
Sa bangko? Yung sa tao? Or sa casino?
Meron po. Sa mga tao po.
Sa mga tao?
Po, bibili po sila ng dollar, ibabayad po sa akin ng cash.
Okay. So, nangyayari naman yun, no? Usually, nasa magkanong level lang yan? 5 million? 2 million?
Hindi mga 2 million po. Mga ganun.
Hindi lumalampas ng 10 million?
Bibihira po yung ganyan po.
Bihira. So, mas bihira itong 100, 200, magkano ba to? 100 million, $3 million. Bihirang-bihira
yan po talaga, sir, yung pinakamalaki ko na hong transaksyon na naranasan, sir, sa PhilRem.
Okay, sige. Mr. Chairman, I'm done with my questions for Mr. Palmares.
Mr. Kim Wong, nung dineliver yung, well, according to your story, no, 80 million ni Mr. Concon, hindi si Mr. Palmares yung kasama ni Mr. Concon.
Hindi ko po alam. Hindi ko po siya nakita.
Hindi mo siya nakita. May nakita ka ilang taong kasama ni Mr. Concon Bautista?
2 po.
2 tao?
Opo.
Ilang bag ang dala nila?
Ano po?
Kasi nag-deliver ng 80 million, ano? So, ilan bag ang dala nila?
Isang kahuno, malaki, tsaka isang bag po.
Okay. So, yung bag, maleta o anong klaseng bag?
Karton ho siya, tsaka isang panang bag na hindi ho maleta, yung panang hand carry ho.
Parang hand carry.
Opo.
So, pati sa kwento talaga nagkakaiba dahil yung isa kahon, tsaka bag. Ito, 2 bag, no? Sabi mo, handbag, traveling bag, and maleta. Okay. Doon sa bahay nung February 10, 11, 12. Nakalagay dito, ikaw nag-deliver doon sa residence, Mark?
Opo, sir.
Okay. Nandun ka nung pinick up yung pera?
Nung February 9 lang po, sir, yung una pong deliver ko sa bahay ni Mr. Bautista. Yun na po yung, ano po, yung...
Ano nangyari noon, February 9? Pakikwento mo nga.
Nung February 9 po, nagdala po ako ng 110 million at $3 million sa bahay ni Mr. Bautista.
Saan mo kinuha?
Galing po sa office po sa Cityland.
Sa Cityland din. Okay. Ano nangyari doon?
Binigay ko po yung cash kay Sir Concon at saka po yung receiving copy na siya na po yung magpapareceive nung pera saka yung receiving copy. Siya na po yung haharap sa tao.
Siya yung haharap sa tao. May yung receiving copy, may nakasulat na ba? Wala pa.
Meron na po. Yung sinulatan ko na po.
Ano sinulat mo?
Date po, tapos kung kanino i-deliver, Wei Kang-so.
Wei Kang-so. So, ikaw nagsulat nitong Wei
Ako
Kang-so.
po. Opo.
Itong 2-9-16. Wei Kang-so. Okay. Tapos, ikaw rin naglagay ng pangalan mo dito. Mark yung nakalagay.
Opo.
Pero, may pirma ng, wala pang pirma. Nung
Wala pa po, kasi si Sir Concon po yung magpapareceive po.
mga ano oras ito nangyari?
Yung dating ko po doon sa bahay nila po, mga 7:30 ko po siguro po, mga 7:30 po dumating ako doon sa bahay.
Gabi, umaga?
Gabi po.
Gabi. Pagkatapos mong binigay, ano nangyari?
Nung tapos ko po bigay nung February 9, kumain po muna ako doon, nagkwento-kwento po doon sa mga kasambahay po, mga driver po doon, na driver nung ano, kumain po ako. Pagkatapos po mga siguro po magna-9 po yon. Paglabas ko po, pauwi na po ako, nakita ko na po na niloload na nila po yung
9 o'clock ng gabi.
ng gabi po. Niloload na po nila yung pera po.
Mr. Kim Wong, sabi po daw, meron ka daw, nakalagay ayon sa kwento mo, meron kang 100 million at saka 3 million na pick up sa Bautista na bahay, February 9.
Opo, Your Honor.
Okay. Sa kwento ng PhilRem, both of you have $3 million, but then sa pesos, there's a 10 million difference. Okay, at any rate, nung pinick up niyo po yung pera, mga oras yun nangyari?
Gabi na po yun eh. 10 o 11, no?
10 or 11?
Ng gabi po.
Mag-isa ka lang?
Hindi po. 5 o 6 kami. 5
or 6.
Driver ko po, bodyguard ko, tsaka bodyguard pa po, 4.
4?
Bali 5 bodyguard ko po.
Ilan sasakyan?
2 po.
2 sasakyan.
Kasi naka-assign sa PSPG sa akin, police po.
Okay.
Opo.
At sino nandun nung sa bahay? Si Concon lang? O si Salud nandun din?
I think si Concon lang yata ako yung 9. Pinikap ko lang ho sa kanya eh.
Pinikap mo lang?
Opo.
Okay. Dito naman sa ibang deliveries sa Mr. Mark, itong February 11, 12, 13, hindi ikaw ba nag-deliver dito?
Opo, ganun pa rin po yung nangyari po. Kinukuha ko po sa office sa Makati Cityland. Tapos po, kung kumpleto na po, dadaling ko na po dun sa bahay nila, sir, sa bahay ni Sir Concon.
Bahay ni Sir Concon.
Opo.
Okay. At wala kang nakitang ibang tao pagdating sa pick-up ng kwarta?
Wala na po. Yung February 9 lang po, yun po may nakita po ako.
Mga anong oras yung yung delivery mo sa February 10?
February 10 po, mga ganyan po, mga 9 to 10 po.
Sa gabi? Panay gabi deliveries nyo, ah.
Oo, gabi po. Kasi kinukumpleto pa po yung sir, bago po dalhin sa bahay ni Sir.
So, February 11, anong oras din?
Mga ganyang oras din po. Hindi po bababa sa 9 o'clock, sir, hindi, sir, yung dala ko, sir, sa bahay nila. 7:30 to 8 o'clock, kailangan po kumpleto na po yan. Kasi po may pipick up na po ko dyan, mga 9 to 10.
9 to 10. Okay. Mr. Kim Wong, sino po ang nagsabi sa inyo na pumunta ka sa bahay at pick upin yung pera?
Si Concom po.
Si Concon. Do you confirm that, Mr. Concon?
Sorry, sir.
That's fine, it's fine. It's fine.
So when when the money is ready, we tell.
Please put the mic closer. Thank you.
So when we have when we get the amount of the delivery for the day, we would tell Maia that this would be the delivery amounts, and they would come.
No, but Mr. Kim Wong just said that you were the one who told Kim Wong to go to the house and pick up the. So you told Concon to pick. You told Mr. Kim Wong.
Sir, all the instructions came from Maia.
The instructions to whom?
For the cash portion for the pickup.
The instructions to you? You mean?
So
Pakiklaro lang, pakiklaro. Instructions to whom? To
sa
you?
amin po.
Okay.
So whatever cash we can raise to complete the transaction, whatever the amount for the day would be raised. So just tell her the amount and then somebody comes to pick it up.
So Ms. Maia was the one who told you that Mr. Kim Wong is coming?
Well, Wei Kang Su, sir, but the interpreter was Mr. Kim Wong.
Yes, Senator Aquino.
So, just for the record, Mr. Bautista, hindi niyo po tinawagan si Mr. Wong
No, sir.
regarding any of these transactions?
No, sir.
Pero kasama siya dun sa iba, you were saying, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Wong, pakiulit lang po. Mr. Wong,
Yes, sir.
are you saying na si Mr. Bautista mismo yung tumawag sa'yo na pick upin na yung pera? On February 9?
Nagkausap po kami sa phone na sabi na may ganito na ako pera na kunin na lang sa bahay.
Okay. Kasi ang sinasabi niya, never kanya tinawagan. So, are you certain? Sigurado ka ba na tinawagan ka ni Mr. Bautista?
Sigurado po.
So, kung i-check natin yung phone records on February 9, nandun yung telephone number niya?
Siguro po.
Are you allowing the committee to, ano ba yung phone mo, Smart o Globe?
Globe po.
Are you allowing the committee to request Globe for your records on February 9?
Pwede po.
At doon namin makikita yung number ni Mr. Bautista?
Pwede po.
Okay.
Are you asking for the records? Okay. Ms. Nikito, your name again has been mentioned. According to Mr. Concon Bautista, ikaw daw nagdidirect ng cash deliveries. That a certain Mr. Concon, when did Ms. Nikito call you? Let's start for the first pick-up sa bahay mo, which is February 9.
So can I tell that?
Sir, ako po ang nag-i-inform kay Maia kung magkano yung pwedeng pick upin na funds.
O, akala ko si Maia nagbibigay instruction sa inyo.
Hindi, yung cash, yung mga cash na, kasi kami magre-raise ng funds eh. So at the end of the day, kung magkano yung kaya naming i-raise for the day, yun yung ini-inform namin sa kanya.
Kung magkano yung... So teka muna, ikaw yung tumatawag kay Maia.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So paano nalalaman ngayon ni Mr. Kim Wong na kailangan pick upin na sa bahay nyo?
Baka ho si Maia nagsasabi kay Mr. Wong. Basta may dumadating na lang.
So in other words, ang sinasabi mo is, when you have the amount ready...
kasi hindi namin alam within the day kung magkano yung kaya namin
Okay. Then you inform Ms. Diquito.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Diquito?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama ba yung sinabi ni Ms. Shiba?
Sir, February 5, yung instruction lang sa akin was yung kay Eastern Hawaii and kay Bloomberry. For the cash deliveries po, wala. Wala kong instructions, walang anything. I would like to believe po, diretso na silang nag-uusap.
So you say you would like to believe diretso sila nag-usap?
Opo, kasi hindi ko po alam yung kahit yung mga amounts na ng mga February 9, 10, 11, hindi ko na po siya alam. Basta ang instruction lang po sa akin was to credit everything to PhilRem.
Okay. Senator Bam?
Mr. Wong, dun sa mga instructions regarding pagkuha ng cash, tinawagan ka ba ni Ms. Digito?
Hindi po.
So, ni isang beses, hindi ka tinawagan ni Ms. Digito tungkol sa mga cash deliveries?
Wala po.
Wala. So, pagkatapos ng February 5, nag-dinner kayo, may kinalaman sa iyong testimony, tumawag ba siya sa iyo ulit? Nakita ba kayo ulit? May instructions ba siya sa inyo ulit after February 5?
Si
Maya.
Wala na po siya mga instruction.
Okay. So, kasi ang sinasabi niya, dito sa mga cash transactions, hindi na siya nakialam or wala siyang kinalaman. Do you agree with that?
Kasi po, sabi po ni Ragaw na lahat ho, ipasok yung 1B, tapos yung iba. Kung sana pwede lahat sa solar. Kaya nung nakalo ng cash, nung hindi na siya ho, kung na ho kami nag-usap.
Okay.
Opo.
So, sumasang-ayon ka sa testimony ni Maya na wala na siyang kinalaman dun sa mga instructions.
Tama po.
Okay. And Ms. Salud or Concon, you're saying throughout this whole time, itong lahat ng transaction, kumukuha kayo ng instruction kay Maya Digito. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
And this was over the phone?
Yes, Your Honor.
So kung i-check natin yung phone records mo, may mga records na tawag mula kay Maya Digito?
Yes, Your Honor.
And would you be willing for the committee to ask on your behalf?
Okay, Your Honor. Yes.
Smart or Globe?
Globe.
Globe rin. So if the committee requests the phone logs of these dates mula kay Kim Wong, kay Maya Digito, and sa inyo, maka-cross-reference natin lahat to.
Yes, Your Honor.
At pumapayag kayo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ikaw rin ba, Maya, pumapayag ka na i-check yung phone records mo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ay, dyan tayo magkakaalaman ng ano. Sige. I don't know, Mr. Chairman, if you want to call everyone's bluff at
Yes, the Director General is hereby directed to make the necessary inquiries and get the waiver of the persons who so said that they are willing to have their waivers.
Maya, ano ang Globe ka ba o Smart?
Globe din pa.
Globe rin, so we can check. Pwede ako mag-request, Mr. Chairman? Para lang sigurado tayo, can we request Ms. Bautista, Mr. Wong, and Ms. Digito, isulat nila sa papel yung number ng isa't isa. Ngayon, I'm sure yung number ni Mr. Wong sa phone mo, yung number ni Ms. Digito sa phone mo, write it down para ma-cross-reference natin. Pag nakuha na natin yung records, walang pwede magsabi, hindi akin yan. Hindi ko telephone number yan. So, can we request, is that okay, Ms. Digito at Mr. Wong? Ginagawa na ni Mr. Wong. Yung number ni Concon, ni Salud, at ni Maya Digito na ginagamit sa pagtawag sa inyo. Can you write it down and we will keep it para pag nakuha na natin yung records, we can truly cross-reference yung mga phone calls.
So,
Yes, Ms.
sorry, my number or their number?
Their numbers. Yung pagkakaalam mo na numbers nila. And we'll keep it confidential, Mr. Chairman, no, for privacy sake. But at
Okay,
least alam
we'll keep it
natin,
confidential.
alam natin what we're talking about, no? Pag na-cross-reference natin, makikita talaga natin kung ano yung mga numero.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay? Is that okay, Ms. Digito? Yung number ni Kim Wong na ginagamit sa pagtawag sa'yo, yung number ng mga Bautista sa pagtawag sa'yo, can you write it down?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And also, the counsels of the person, Mr. Kim Wong, yes.
Hindi ko po tanda number nila. Pwede, number ko, alam ko, hindi lang.
Hindi. Di ba sa phone mo, nakasave naman yung number ng mga Bautista?
Nakatap po yun eh.
Sorry?
Nakatap. Matagal ko pinatay.
Matagal mo nang pinatay?
Kasi tinab nila itong Senate hearing eh.
Okay.
Opo.
Pero Mr. Wong, wala kang kahit anumang record ng numbers ng mga Bautista at number ni Miss Maya?
Meron po. Nandun ho sa isang phone ko. Kukunin ko po.
Okay.
Opo.
Hindi naman kayo, kung pwede nyo pong pakuha, and can you inform the committee right away, para lang sigurado tayo sa mga numero ninyo. Pag nag-cross-reference
Bukas
tayo,
ko po, ibibigay ko po. Isisil ko po.
Alright. Thank
Opo.
you, Mr. Wong.
Okay, then counsels of the three parties, can you just prepare the written consent to Globe having access to the records for purposes of the committee? We will keep the phone numbers confidential so that Attorney Calleja.
Your Honor, just to make sure, with the particular dates only for the time that we are talking about.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's be clear. February, yeah, let's go one by one.
5 to 13.
5 to 13. Yan. Okay, 5 to 13. That range. Mr. Concon, on February 11 and February 12, there was a pickup in your house. 100 million on February 11, then $2 million. Then 100 million in February 12 plus $3.5 million. This based on your submission?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
That's correct. Okay. Mr. Kim Wong was not there. Mr. Kim Wong was not there.
On the 12th and the 13th, wala si Mr. Kim.
Wala si Mr. Kim Wong. Ang nandun lang, si Miss Shiba ba nandun nung pick up? Pinick up yung pera, di ba? Salud.
Sorry, ako po nasa loob ng bahay.
Okay, so you were there?
In the,
Yes.
the house. But I wasn't there to...
In other words, you were in the residence, but you did not come out to witness the pickup.
Oh,
Is that
hindi
what
na,
you're
hindi.
saying?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So, Mr. Concon, you were there, so you handed over the money. On February 11, 100 million pesos. On February 12, 100 million pesos. On February 11, $2 million. On February 12, $3.5 million. Submission niyo po ito.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Kim Wong was not there?
Sir, he was there on the 11th.
No. He was there.
He was not... he
Please,
was not
please.
there on the 12th and the 13th. Tama ba yung aking ano? Yes, sir.
Okay then. He was not there on the 12th and the 13th. Well, we won't ask Mr. Kim Wong because in his storyline, there is no pick up on the 12th and the 13th. So 12 and 13th. On the 11th, Mr. Kim Wong was there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So on the 12 and 13, Mr. Kim Wong was not there to pick up the money?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So who picked up the money?
Sir, the same group with Wei Kang-soo.
Mr. Wei Kang-soo was in your house?
Well, the same group of people who would pick up every day.
Mr. Wei Kang-su was in your house.
The Chinese people, yes, sir. The same group of people, sir.
How many were they?
5, 6?
5 or 6. All Chinese.
Well, with the drivers and the bodyguard, it's the same group of people, sir.
The driver and the bodyguard did not go into your house.
No, sir. They just...
They stayed out. Who went into your house?
Sir, it was just outside by the door. They just kept the money, the boxes.
The front door? Side door?
Sir, by the front door.
The front door. So they entered your gate. Then they entered your gate. Nagtimbre sila. They entered your gate and they knocked on your front door.
They ring the bell. I open the door for them. I point out the boxes. They bring it out.
Who acted as interpreter then? When Mr. Kim Wong is the interpreter of the group, who acted as interpreter for those 2 days? Wala si Mr. Kim Wong, walang interpreter. Paano kayo nag-usap?
Sir, actually, sir, we don't even talk to one another. I just point it out. They pick it up. I reach the paper. They sign it. They give it back. That's it.
Hundreds of millions of pesos and millions of dollars, tapos sign language lang kayo? Okay to
Well, sir, this was towards the tail end. So everything went smoothly in the beginning, so I didn't see any problems.
No verbal exchange whatsoever?
Sir, I don't speak Chinese.
Yes, that's right. No verbal exchange whatsoever.
No, sir. They knew that they were there to get something. I knew they were there to pick up something, so we were in agreement.
Okay. Mr. Concon, did this really happen?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Kim Wong, wala bang sinabi nila nandun ka daw ng February 11 sa bahay ni Mr. Bautista to pick up 100 million and $2 million. Kino-confirm po ba, mo po ba ito?
February 11 po?
Yes, February 11.
Wala po ako.
Sorry.
February 11, wala po ako.
Wala. Okay, so there's again a discrepancy between the stories because Mr. Kim Won is saying he was not there and Mr. Concon, you're saying he was there.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mark, ano pangalan nung uncle mo, yung tiyo mo na driver? Anong first name?
Ronilo, sir.
Ha?
Ronilo.
Ronilo o Norlito?
Ronilo.
Ronilo. Okay. Miss Salud, who is Norlito Palmares?
Another uncle of Mark.
Another uncle. And who is Alex Largado?
An employee of ours.
Where does he live?
I think he lives in somewhere in San Juan.
He lives in San Juan. He is listed as a stockholder, incorporator of your company. And what caught my attention was his address here is 392 Columbia Street. Care to comment on this? Which is the house where Mr. Palmares lives, which is the house of your father.
Yes, Your Honor, because I I think he used to stay, ano din siya, stay in din siya dati, tapos lumipat na siya ng San Juan. I think San Juan is the area.
Okay. Doon sa tatlo, Mr. Kim Wong, Ms. Maya Digito, and Ms. Salud Bautista, there is also, as far as the phone records that we're asking you to produce, hanggang February 14 ang gagawin natin na request. Okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
Because meron daw delivery ng February 14. Senator Enrile.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to ask, as I understand, this transaction started with the opening of accounts on May 13, 2015. 5 accounts in RCBC. They were dormant until February 15 this year, February 5 this year. Then funds flowed from New York to RCBC, to these RCBC accounts. And later on, these funds moved from those accounts to PhilRem. And PhilRem distributed these amounts to different receivers. That's the way I understood the whole process. Now, Ms. Dequito, how long did you hold the $81 million in the accounts that you opened on 13 May 2015, when the monies were transferred from New York to those accounts? How long did it stay in your account?
Your Honor, when it came in, it was credited by settlements
No,
deposit.
I'm just asking you how long, how many days?
Until February 9. So, two banking days po, Your Honor.
Two banking days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So after 2 banking days, they were no longer within the control of RCBC. Correct?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Correct?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I'm asking
Pwede po
you,
paulit.
after 2 banking days, the total $81 million was gone from the accounts of RCBC.
Your Honor, nandun pa po yung peso
Can't say.
equivalent.
I'm just asking you if it is true or not.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, it's true.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Then where did they go? To PhilRem?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, PhilRem, from February 5 or February 6, or what is the next banking day from February?
February 9, sir.
February 9 is the banking day.
Yes, sir. Kasi holiday pang 10.
Okay. When were the banking days after February 5?
February 9, Your Honor.
9 and 10.
Yes, Your Honor.
So they were gone after that.
Yes, Your Honor.
And they went to PhilRem.
Yes, Your Honor.
And how long did this money stay with PhilRem? Mr. Bautista, how long did you hold these funds until all of it was gone from your control? How many days?
Up to from Feb 5 to February 13.
From?
From February 5 hanggang February 13 po.
You held this, you had control over this one from February 5?
Hindi, yun po yung kabuuan kung kailan po namin na natapos yung pag-disburse namin ng
but when
transaction.
did you actually control the whole amount? Or?
Your Honor, it came kasi po in tranches. Hiwa-hiwalay po siya.
Kaya sabi ni Ms. Liquito, 2 araw lang na 2 banking days lang ang...
hindi po. February 5 po, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, those are not banking days.
No, they are banking days, sir. Banking days po yon nung panahon na ho yun.
February 5.
Opo, February 5, 9, 10, 11. Ano ho yun? Paunti-unti ho yun, kinekredit po sa amin. Sa RCBC po, sa branch namin.
Saan mo linagay yung pera nung tinanggap mo sa RCBC? Sa bahay?
Hindi po, nasa RCBC account po namin. Nasa RCBC account po namin.
In what currency?
Meron in dollars and meron pong in pesos.
In an RCBC account?
Opo.
And then, from there, you draw?
Tapos po, nagpadala po kami ng transaction ng RTGS ho sa Eastern Hawaii at saka nagpadala din ho kami ng transaction papuntang Bloomberry. Tapos yung iba po cash.
Bakit nag-withdraw sa bahay mo ng pera?
Hindi po nag-withdraw, doon lang po yung pick-up po. Doon lang po yung pick-up.
Wini-withdraw ninyo sa account ninyo sa RCBC?
Hindi po sa RCBC, halo-halo po. Iba-iba ho ang pinagkukuhanan namin po ng cash kasi po malaki po yung amount.
But no, I'm talking of the $81 million. How did it flow? From RCBC to outside accounts?
Okay. Nung kinredit po kami ng bangko, yung portion po, kinonvert po namin sa pesos.
Yung $81 million?
Hindi po lahat ng 81, parang mga 60.
How much was your first conversion?
Our first conversion was, I think, 14.2 po. Nung Friday po, February 5, 14.2 po ang una naming conversion po.
14.2?
Opo.
What was the exchange rate?
Kinonvert natin kung magkano? Binenta ko po sa RCBC Treasury ng 47.72.
47?
Opo.
Yun ang exchange rate on that day, ha? And then,
sir.
The next conversion?
Ang susunod po naming conversion ay nung February 9. February 9, isang 15 million po at saka isang 17 million.
15
million at saka 17 million po. Binenta din po namin sa treasury ng bangko.
Anong rate exchange rate?
47.72 po at 47.74 at saka 47.73.
Ngayon. And then pagkatapos ang first conversion $14 million plus on February 5, gano'n ba?
Opo.
And then yung sumunod, February 9 na.
Opo.
And then the rest, magkano na yun? Magkano na yan?
Tapos, kinonvert po namin yung, bali, 15 million, 17, tapos may 215.
Total, what is the total of that?
Yung total po ng aming...
No, i-total mo lang para malaman natin.
Opo.
Yung total, the amount converted to different dates on different rates.
Yes. 62 po. 62,884,641.63 po.
If you subtract that from 81, what was the balance? That unconverted at that point.
Sir, 18 million po. 18 million po.
18 million
Opo, sir.
ang naiwan.
Opo.
Oh. Yung total amount na na-convert, what was the total amount in pesos? What was the proceeds of the conversion?
2,985,005,000.14.
Will you say that slowly so that maisulat?
Sorry po. 2,2,985,005,000.14.
Magaling ka talaga sa figures eh. So, that is the...
Yun po yung na-convert sa pesos po.
So, with a balance of
$18 million po, nasabi niyo.
$18 million. So,
Opo.
when was the next conversion?
Ay, wala na po, sir. Tapos na.
Yun na.
Opo.
What happened to the 88?
Okay. Ang, yung 80, ano yung question? Yung 18 million po, part ho yun ng cash delivery namin ng dollars. At saka yung 600 million pesos na dineliver din po namin ng cash.
Sandali lang.
Okay.
Sandali lang.
Okay.
18 million, dineliver ninyo yun in kind, in currency, ha? In dollars.
Opo, in dollars po.
Kanino?
Kay Mr. Wei Kangsu.
Yun, how much did you deliver to Wei Kangsu? Out of the $18 million.
Ang total po nun, $18 million po.
Ang total, binigay nyo yung $18 million kay Wei Kangsu.
Opo, sir. At saka 600 million po ng pesos.
That you deliver the $18 million to Wei Kangsu, what was the exchange rate?
Sir, wala na pong exchange rate kasi po natira po yun dun sa...
Merong exchange rate on that day.
Hindi, exchange. Hindi, pero dollar delivery lang.
I want to know if you converted that in pesos.
Hindi na ho kinonvert yun kasi dollar ho yung credit sa amin, dollar din po namin dineliver.
Correct, but there was an exchange rate for that day. What was it?
Iba-iba ho, sir. Yung average po nung day.
What was the average? Kung iba-iba.
47.72. Average.
47.
Opo, 47.72, 46. Iba-iba ho yun eh. Nandun po sa accounting po namin.
Anong average? They publish the average every day. You are a money changer. You must know that. My God. Average around 47.
Ano? Sir, ang average po is 47.65 po.
Now, if you convert $18 million to
7.65.
Okay. To that average, what was it in pesos?
Sir, 857,700,000 po.
Okay. So that is the totality of the money of Bangladesh that in pesos, that
Opo, 857 at saka 2.9 billion po.
in this, yeah. Now, in other words, the whole amount was handled by you.
Yes, sir. Kami po ang dumaan po sa amin yung pera lahat.
The whole amount passed through your passed through your hands.
Opo, sir. Galing po sa bangko, galing...
You were the ones
Kami po ang nag-ano sa mga kasino.
distributed it to the beneficiaries, supposedly.
Opo.
Okay. That's all. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to follow up my query earlier. Kasi kanina tumungo silang lahat at magsusulat ng mga numbers pero nung kinolekta nung page natin wala namang binigay. So I'd just like to confirm, Ms. Diquito, kailan nyo isusulat yung mga telephone numbers na meron sa inyo?
Sir, kasi yung isang telepono ko nasa bahay, but I texted na para i-send sa akin yung mga numbers.
So
So we'll give it to you later.
Today?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Wong, bukas sabi ninyo.
I'll just finish this.
I'm sorry.
Do you have any photograph of Mr. Wei Kang-su?
Sir, yung passport po niya.
Hindi,
binigay.
Nasa iyo?
Opo, binigay na po namin sa
Ganun,
sa inyo po, tsaka sa AMLA, yung reports po namin, lahat po.
No. Not the passport. You mean a photocopy?
Hindi ho yung passport. Yung photocopy lang
photocopy
po.
of
Photocopy lang po.
passport picture.
Opo.
Can we check in the Immigration Bureau?
Opo, sir.
Chairman,
Yes, please. Opo.
Who this Wei Kang-su is and how often was he in the country and whether he was in the country at the time material to this incident?
Yes, Mr. Senator, there is already a reply of the immigration.
Yeah. What was the reply?
Nandiyan na sa I think your office has been furnished a copy.
Ano sabi ba nila?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes,
I just have a question for Mr. Wong, no? Sabi niyo, bukas niyo ibibigay yung mga numbers. Pero yung number po ninyo, nagamit ninyo noon, masusulat niyo na po.
May kasulat ko na po.
Nasulat mo na? Naibigay mo na ba?
Number po nila, hindi ko ma-memorize. Yung akin, meron po.
Yan ho yung number ninyo na ginagamit nyo noon during these times.
Opo.
Yes, all right. Thank you. Nasulat nyo na.
Clarify this.
Pakibigay. Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
According to the Immigration Bureau, Bureau of the Immigration Commission, there is no such person entering the Philippines. Is that so? Is that the kind of...
Meron po, sir.
Meron?
Has not issued yung ano po.
No, I cannot read it. I cannot...
Okay.
May I have time to read this, Mr. Chairman?
Certainly. Okay, Senator Bam.
May we instruct the page to get... Ito yung kay Mr. Wong, no? This is from the Bautistas. Yung kay Mr. Wong nandoon. And I think the lawyers will be preparing the waiver for the phone records, no? If we can kindly receive that today as well. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Attorney Calleja. Could you talk to the mic, please?
Mr. Chairman, just a minute.
Mr. Chairman, we will just prepare the waiver. Give it tomorrow. We'll prepare it in the office.
This is a communication of the Bureau.
I will get back to you. Okay, Senator Enrile.
This is a communication of the Department of Foreign Affairs to the committee, and it says that the Philippine Consul General in Chongqing, China, informed the department that the post has not issued a visa to Mr. Wei Kang-su. Now, how is it that he was in the country? Huh? Is that, if this is correct, then there's something is wrong with our, even with our system of immigration. Yes. I will read into the record what was written in this communication. This is the letterhead of the Department of Foreign Affairs. Kagawaran ng ugnayang panlabas, Office of the Undersecretary for Civilian Security and Consular Concerns, etc. Confidential. Attorney, dear Attorney Kimbo, further to this office letter dated 08 April 2016 regarding the visa application of Mr. Wei Kang-su, transmitted herewith is fax CQ 203-206-216 dated 07 April 2016 from the Philippine Consulate General in Chongqing, China, informing the department that Post has not issued any visa to Su Wei Kang with passport number G518364410 and date of birth 03 November 1972. Thank you. Sincerely, by authority of the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Rafael E. Segis, Undersecretary. Now, so it becomes material to find out whether a person with the same photograph, with the same passport, entered the country, and that can only be verified from the Commission of Immigration Commission, and we have to find out. This is a part of our duty.
Yes, Mr. Minority Floor Leader, we will. Well, I understand, Ms. Abad, the AMLA has already coordinated with the immigration. What was relayed to you by the immigration?
Mr. Chair, with due respect, the matter is within the jurisdiction of the Blue Ribbon Commission. We are not concerned about the Executive Department. It is a function of legislation and policy determination. So I think we have to exercise our right to know what's going on.
Yes, what's your specific request, Mr. Senator?
I'm addressing this to the chair. This is a very
Yes,
material
what's the
matter.
specific request, Mr. Senator? What's the specific request?
Well, I leave it to the chair. You are confronted with the document where the chair is confronted with the document saying that there is no such visa issued. Then the next question is, why was he in the Philippines to be involved in this kind of an operation?
I see. Well, there is this letter of Commissioner Heron dated March 16, and it says, Dear Director Conchu of the Blue Ribbon, the Bureau of Immigration records show that Wei Kang-su is a PROC national with date of birth on November 3, 1972. On 18 March 2015, Su first arrived in the Philippines via flight CZ377 at NAIA Terminal 1. And on March 24, 2015, he departed the Philippines. On April 1, 2015, he returned to the Philippines. The Bureau of Immigration granted him a temporary visitor visa. It appears that Su is still in the Philippines.
Okay. Did we verify whether the zoo mentioned in the passport mentioned by Mrs. Bautista is the same person covered by that communication of the Immigration Bureau? Did the Blue Ribbon Committee did that function to find out if there is any quality of identity between the Wei Kang-su of that has been mentioned here and the Wei Kang-su, which is the subject of that communication?
I understand the Director General would like to explain something. Director General.
Mr. Chair, initially we had problems because when the Bureau of Immigration wrote to us for the first time, they were telling us, they were asking us which Wekang Zoo we were referring to because there are many Wekang Zoos in their records. So what we did was try to find out what the birthday was, and when we found out what the birthday was, we wrote to the DFA, and then we wrote again to the Bureau of Immigration. And that is the reply of which is something that we're trying to fish out from our document box right now. Once we find it, Mr. Chair, we will show it to you. But it's there and we're looking for it.
The Wekang Zoo of Miss Bautista, whose birthday was supposed to be
November 3, 1972.
3 November 1972. 1972. It's the same Wekang Zoo as that one referred to in the communication of Commissioner Heron of the Immigration. Is that correct?
Yes, our Ford it is.
So he was here and
He was here.
to this issue. Okay. Thank you.
All right. That matter being settled, we are... yes. Attorney, Mr. Notary Public, Mr. Renato De Jesus. Kumusta?
Your Honor,
Kumusta na?
I would like to submit additional proof to show that my real signature, to prove my real signature.
What will you submit then? Another document having your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it the same as the one that's here in the affidavit?
I'm submitting my specimen signature to prove that the signature appearing in this affidavit of Mr. Mark Raymond Valenzuela Palmares is a forgery. So, I will be allowed...
Signature? What signature?
Go ahead and answer.
What signature is forgery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Huh?
This is different. This is not my signature.
Forgery daw po ito, sir.
Is this notarial book stated here correct? Notarial book number
Notarial
40.
XL.
Notarial book number XLV III. Is this your notarial book?
Alin po ito?
Is this your notarial book?
Opo, ito.
Oh, opo.
Opo.
The document number is 57. Is this correct?
What I'm questioning here, Your Honor,
Is it correct? I'm only asking if it is correct. Number 57. 52. 52 pala. So, sorry. Oversight of an old man. Okay. 52.
Document number 52.
Is this correct? Document number 52.
Hindi ko po alam kung sino
Is it correct?
nag-indicate.
Tama ba yun? Document number? Yun ang tinatanong ko sa iyo eh. Abogado ka, hindi ka...
Hindi ko po kabisado yung kung naka-entrada to, pero ang masasabi ko po sa inyo, ito pong signature na ito is fake. This is not my signature.
Correct, but you entered it in your book. Notarial book. Hindi mo that is your responsibility. Document number 52 page of your notarial
Fake po.
book.
Fake po ito. Fake pong signature eh. Fake.
Even then, but it is a part of your record now.
Hindi po
So
pumasok.
what are you going to do? In fact, I do not know whether you can say that this is fake because this is a free-flowing signature. Huh?
This is not my signature, Your Honor.
Whose signature is it?
That's what I do not know, sir.
But if a judge, we appear before a judge and this witness, he's more credible because, in fact, his statements are spontaneous and he pointed to you as being there. How can you say that? And then you have the signature here and it's a free-flowing, including your initial. Oh, nobody can force that can do that forgery.
This is not my signature. I'm, in fact, I am submitting to this honorable Senate that the following document that will show that will show my real signature.
Question, sir, as an attorney, who has custody of your notarial book to be able to enter document number 52 in its page 12 in its book XLV 111 series of 2016? Who has custody? Di ba ikaw?
Wala po ako ng custody nito.
Ha?
Wala po.
Sino may custody ng libro mo?
Sapagkat ito po dala lang po ito, gawa po ito ng kwan ng kung sino man ang pumirma dito
Itong dokumento na ito cannot write itself in your notarial book unless you allowed that person to record this document in your notarial book because you are supposed to be the custodian of your notarial book.
From the very start, as I have told you, hindi naman ito dumaan sa amin.
You explained that to the Supreme Court. I think you're open to disbarment.
Attorney De Jesus, could you just submit na lang yung yung notarial book mo?
Opo, I'm willing to do that.
Submit it and have it photocopied just so that we could examine it.
Opo, I'm willing
For
to
the
submit
period
that.
for the period in question, of course, no?
Opo.
Okay. The chair declares a 2-minute suspension. All right, all right. Can we have everyone? We'll be resuming in a few minutes. Settle down, everyone. Okay, hearing resumed. Senator Osmeña.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. First, because this hearing is mainly in aid of legislation, we would like to go through the process of RCBC. And if Mr. Tan would like to respond. Mr. Tan, every bank has been mandated by the AMLA and the Bangko Sentral to have a compliance committee, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Now, how has the compliance committee performed in this particular case?
Sir, the AMLA Compliance Committee decided on the filing of the STR report on the accounts.
The compliance committee has to be the one to file an STR report?
Well, when the branch recommends filing of an STR on an account, it goes to a compliance committee which meets once a week.
That makes the recommendation.
Yeah.
In this case, did Mr. Guito make the recommendation?
It depends on the business. It depends on the business units, Your Honor. But in this case,
did Mr. Guito make the recommendation to file a suspicious transaction report with the AMLA?
It came from the business head, Raul Tan, sir. The recommendation to file an STR report.
But you just said that you're dependent upon the recommendation of the branch manager on filing an STR, or a suspicious transaction report.
Well, in most cases, Your Honor, the recommendation...
No, Mr. Tan, I'm talking about this particular case. Ms. De Guito, did you recommend the filing of an STR?
Sir, it was the process in the bank normally.
Did you recommend the filing?
No, sir. It was mandated.
You never did?
Yes, sir. It was.
So you did not find this a suspicious transaction?
Sir, I'd like to discuss that in the process in the bank, commonly the reports shall be received by the branch the following day to file.
Ms. De Guito, did you recommend the filing of a suspicious transaction?
Your Honor, I
report?
did not.
You never did?
Yes.
So what's the bother of explaining what the process is? Hindi ka naman nag-recommend. Why did you not recommend? You did not find this suspicious?
Sir, as per procedure, I've not experienced those like you will recommend for an STR because yun nga po, may proseso siya na the following day siya nire-review lahat, nasa isang file siya. Well, may system siya, sir. So, nandun po lahat kung ifa-file mo siya ng CTR or STR.
May we know if Miss Bakay is around? Miss Julia Bakay Abad of the AMLA? She was here earlier, wasn't she? All right, may we ask the committee staff to locate her, because she would have to listen to this question and answer and make a response. All right, Ms. De Guito, have you ever filed a suspicious transaction report at any time in your life?
Yes, sir, in the previous bank. And, sir, hindi po kasi siya sa level ko. Sa level po ng taga-approve lang po ako ng mga suspicious transaction report. Pero hindi po ako yung naggagawa.
Hindi, sino po yung pirma niya kung hindi yung branch manager?
We don't sign anything, Your Honor. It's a system where you encode all the details of the report.
Okay, there's no physical signing, but you do file it. You do what? You send an email to headquarters or head office?
Yes, sir. Your Honor, it's actually the head office who extracts everything and sends it to the branch through the system. And then we will do our...
No. Mr. Tan, what triggers a suspicious transaction report?
Or first of all, Your Honor, they go through the hurdle, what they call the covered transactions. And then out of the covered transactions, those that are considered suspicious are flagged by the frontliners, in this case, either the branch or the various business heads. So all the different businesses of the bank have to go through their know your customer policies and procedures.
That's right. And if it's a KYC, your front line is the branch manager, di ba?
That's right, sir.
She's the one who brings in the customer. She's the one who knows the customer. She knows the habits of the customer. She knows the deposits of the customer, and she knows when something is out of line, correct?
That's right, sir.
All right. Now, a covered transaction report is automatic. Anything over 500,000
It's
pesos.
done by a system, Your Honor.
All right. Now, so a suspicious transaction report is more of a discretionary thing on the part of the branch manager.
Yes, Your Honor. It requires experience and instincts of the front line.
Well, in this case, it is so simple. You have got 5 dormant accounts. It receives $81 million. I don't think in any language that would not be considered suspicious, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
In other words, a suspicious transaction report is not a criminal charge. It is just a warning to the bank that maybe this should be looked into, because it is something that is out of the ordinary. It is more than what the customer normally deposits. And in this case, the customer never deposited anything except $500. Is that correct?
That's right, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Digito, why did you not file a suspicious transaction report in this particular case?
Your Honor, it is not within my duty to file. It is my duty to approve the filing of the
No,
STR.
ma'am. It's very clear here that the frontliners are the branch manager. Who will file if not the branch manager? Who? The bishop? The barangay captain? Hindi naman nila alam yun eh.
Sir, it's the senior customer relationship officer that files.
Of course not. You are the one who knows your customer. They never met any of these 5 characters who supposedly opened those accounts. You were the only one. And under the know your customer, you cannot expect Mr. Tan or Mr. Raul Tan to know your customer. You are the one who triggers a suspicious transaction report. And in this case, you did not. Am I correct? Is the committee correct in assuming that you never filed a suspicious transaction report in this particular?
On the day, Your Honor, yes.
You filed one later?
Yes, Your Honor.
How many days later?
I think after 2 days, Your Honor.
Do you have a copy of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
May we have a copy?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was that an electronic? Was that an email that you sent in filing the suspicious? What does it look like physically?
It's a system. It's a system, Your Honor.
What does it look like physically?
It's like an Excel. It's like an Excel
Is it a piece of paper
file.
that you fill out and send to head office, or is it merely an encoding of an electronic message to?
Yes, Your Honor. It's merely an encoding and then automatic sending.
Mr. Tan, did you receive that suspicious transaction report from Ms. Digito?
I have the banking head, Your Honor. Can you?
I can answer it, Your Honor.
No, I don't want you to answer this because you're not in the same you don't have the line function here. I think it's Mr. Raul Tan, who was head of Treasury, who should be able to answer this.
Yes, sir. The question pertains as who filed the report, Your Honor.
Opo.
It was actually a filing of the SCRO on, I think, February 10 upon the...
Anong po tawag yan? SRO?
SCRO.
What does that stand for?
Senior Customer Relationship Officer.
Senior Customer Relationship Officer. Who would that be? Would that be the...
Miss Torres.
Miss Torres.
Yes, sir. But actually, excuse me, Your Honor, it was actually the head office who instructed SCRO to file the STR. And they were delayed, Your Honor.
I see. So you had to tell them to file the suspicious transaction report.
Yes, Your Honor.
How many days later?
We asked them to file February 5, Your Honor, in the evening.
You asked them to file a suspicious transaction report on February 5?
Yes, Your Honor.
And when did they file it?
February 10.
On February 10. So on February 8, that was a holiday, a Monday.
Yes, sir.
Chinese New Year's.
Yes,
on
sir.
February 9 was the first working day after February 5.
Yes, sir.
And they
And
still
then we
did not
followed
file.
up.
They
I
still
think
did not file a suspicious transaction report, but instead remitted the money outwards.
Basically, yes, sir.
Ms. Digito, you receive instructions to make or file a suspicious transaction report on February 5. Do you acknowledge that?
Yes, Your Honor. We received the email instructing us to file the STR. It was sent past 9 o'clock in the evening. It was read the following banking day, which is February 9.
On February 9. And what time did you read it?
Early in the morning, Your Honor, and I've asked her to do the filing already because it was really her duty to do the filing.
And you filed it on February 10.
Your Honor, can she answer for that?
Yes, Ms. Torres.
Offline po kasi yung system, Your Honor. So, hindi namin siya na-file ng February 9. So, February 10 namin siya na-file. Kasi lagi naman pong offline. May email naman sila na basic stay is offline, ganon. So, hindi ko po siya na-file ng February 9.
Teka muna, paano nagiging offline yan?
System po kasi sa, sir. System.
System.
May pinapasupakan po kaming basic stay AMLA system. Doon po namin ini-input yung mga details. Tsaka hindi lang po siya basta-basta ipa-file. Marami po siyang kailangan. So, hindi po isang upuan, matatapos mo siya.
Mr. Raul Tan, you heard the response. You asked them, you directed them to file an STR on February 5, and they said it was too late for them to read the message. On February 9, the first working day, your systems were reportedly down. Is that correct?
Based on the record, it's not, Your Honor.
It was not.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Torres? Ba't mo sinasabi na sira at dito naman sinasagot ni Mr. Raul Tan na hindi naman sira?
Sir, siguro pwede ko makita yung sinasabi nilang day kasi offline po talaga. I-file ko naman po yun kung kailangan i-file. Wala naman po akong reason para hindi i-file.
Baka in-unplug lang ninyo.
Ay, hindi po, sir.
Ha? Hindi?
Hindi po totoo yun.
Alright. Yes.
Sir, the way it works, you file it in the system, what she's calling the base 60, and then that moves from the branch to head office to AML department. So in this case, when they actually filed it, AML department had to revise the report because there were deficiencies before they were able to actually file it the following day, I think February 11 with AMLC.
I don't understand. All the committee is trying to find out from you is when Ms. Digito first received the order to file an STR.
That was February 5, Your Honor, in the evening.
No, she said she did not receive it in the evening. My question is, when did she receive it? You must have had acknowledgement
The request, Your Honor? The email? No, the email was sent in the evening when the request for hold was done. And
Alam mo,
then,
you can send something blind, but the person who is supposed to be the recipient does not acknowledge receipt, then you cannot assume that he read it.
yes, Your Honor.
When did you learn that she had read what
Well,
you
she
said?
just mentioned, Your Honor, she read it early morning, February 9.
Early morning, February
That's
9.
what she said. just
But
a
she
few
said that, how could she read it when she said the systems were down?
No, sir, the not the system, but she read the request or the instruction to file the STR on February 9 in the morning.
How was that instructions sent to them?
It was via an email, Your Honor.
Sabi nga, down nga yung systems nila. Miss Torres.
Your Honor, it's not down based on our records.
Sir, ang sinasabi kong down is the base 60, hindi po yung email.
Basic.
The system for STR, yun po yung offline.
Tinatanong ko lang kung nabasa ninyo, kung natanggap ninyo, not whether...
Your Honor, the email was sent. I think there's...
When did you read his email?
February 9, first thing in the morning at around 8:30, between 8:30 to 9 o'clock in the morning po.
All right. So, there was a reason, Mr. Raultan, what was the reason you asked them to file an STR? Do you give reasons or do you just give a peremptory order and saying, mag-file ka ng STR?
The email just said, branch to file an STR.
It didn't say why?
No, sir.
All right. And when you do get that, how long do you expect them to respond?
Yeah, they should file it immediately.
Immediately meaning
As
the
soon
same
as they
day?
get it.
Within a couple of hours, ganun?
Yes, sir.
And when did they actually file it?
I believe they filed it February 10.
The next day?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you do have supposedly systems mandated by the AMLA and the Bangko Sentral on how your compliance with the anti-money laundering law should be exercised or pursued, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
You do have a compliance committee working under the board of directors.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who are the members of those? Who is the member of the compliance committee?
Your Honor, it would be myself as Head of Legal and Regulatory Affairs, Raul as, well, not anymore Raul, the Head of Retail Banking Group, Dennis Bangkod, who is the Head of Operations, our Controller or our CFO, and our Compliance Officer, our AMLA Head, and our Legal Division Head.
That's 5. Is that 5?
Should be 7.
7.
I think there are 7.
May we have a list on paper? Now, when was this brought up before the compliance committee?
The committee met on it on February 11, Your Honor. And we decided to have the suspicious transactions reports filed on the same day.
You decided to have the suspicious transaction report filed on the same day. Filed with whom? Filed with the
AMLA. Yes, Your Honor.
But the suspicious transaction report was already sent to you on February 10 or the day before.
I understand, sir, it arrived on the 11th. There were numerous follow-ups from compliance and from our AMLA department with the branch. But there was difficulty in getting the information and the filings from the branch itself. So
Why?
there, incomplete information, we don't really know. But there were many calls that were made to them. And it took a long time, and on the 11th, the information came in, and the committee met, and it was filed, Your Honor. So the delay was really from the branch, but we met on the 11th and filed on that day.
But that's pretty slow, no? So that's February 5, you received the request from New York and from Bangladesh, and then you made your move on February 11.
Our request from Bangladesh arrived on February 9 and 10, Your Honor.
What did you receive from abroad on February 5?
The funds, Your Honor.
I see. So it was only on February 9 that the Bangladesh request reached you.
9 and 10, Your Honor.
9
There were
and
4.
10. Did you receive any request from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York?
We never received anything from them. We just received the funds through the correspondent banks, Your Honor.
I'm curious, Governor Espinilla, why did not the Federal Reserve Bank of New York file a complaint or ask the bank to stop payment? We are just asking for, we're trying to obtain knowledge on how this works.
Mr. Chairman, I'm not entirely sure why they didn't, but that's one procedure that they can actually undertake over at the Federal Reserve as the sending bank, Mr. Chairman. But in this case, they didn't until after 5 transactions later.
After the 5th transaction, the Federal Reserve Bank made a move.
I have no direct knowledge, but I've read that they inquired with the Bangladesh bank. That's the time that they...
But they never followed up with you because after all, nandun yung pera sa kanila, di ba? Sila nag-remit sa RCBC.
Yes, the bank of the Bangladesh bank, Mr. Chairman.
So the conduit bank, which is in this case the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and then the other commercial banks that have correspondent relationships with RCBC, did not complain at all to the Bangko Sentral.
I'm not aware of such a complaint, Mr. Chairman.
That's very strange. So it was only the Bangladesh bank from whom or who owned the money which made the complaint, but their bankers in New York never made a complaint.
Apparently, Mr. Chairman, because that's what I learned from...
I'm not talking about complaint, at least never sent a missive to you, a message to you to please stop payment.
I'm not aware of such, Mr. Chairman.
Now, in future transactions of this sort, would you say that the Federal Reserve Bank of New York should have also made representations with the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas? We can't put that into the law, but we just want to know what the protocol is.
Mr. Chairman, from what I know of the situation, the Federal Reserve, the customer of the Federal Reserve is actually Bangladesh Bank. And one of the responsibilities of the originating bank is really to check the validity of the transaction. That's a procedure that they can...
By originating bank, you're referring to Bank of Bangladesh?
No, Mr. Chairman. The originating
Federal
bank is the
Reserve, New
Federal
York.
Reserve.
Okay. And they did not?
I understand, Mr. Chairman, that they did not.
Can you make just an informal inquiry, Governor Espinilla, and ask them why they did not? It isn't like we're trying to find fault, but again, we're trying to trace the process. It would seem strange to me that almost $1 billion would have been taken out of an account with the Fed New York and they wouldn't move on it. Parang automatic lang na in, out, and bahala kayo sa buhay ninyo. Just for, an informal question directed at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York.
We can try that, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Now, we'd like to direct our questions now. Let me finish with the Compliance Committee. So the Compliance Committee is merely a reactive body. You just react when you hear of something. You don't actively seek. You don't tell, say, people at Treasury, if there's anything suspicious, let us know also.
Well, Your Honor, we do. Our compliance office does regular lectures and advises the entire bank and all the units of what their obligations are under the AMLA laws. So it's proactive in that sense. And then it depends on the feedback that it gets from the system, our computerized system, as well as from the branches or the different units. But we review the inputs that are placed in the system on a daily basis to see if there are any transactions which can be deemed suspicious. So we also can tell the branch, for example, if they fail to do so, like this instance, although the head office told them, but we can tell them you need to file a suspicious transactions report given what we see unless you can justify. And then if there are arguments, Your Honor, we decide. The committee decides.
Looking back, what would you have done differently?
Well, the first thing I would have done differently is to have made sure that the branch manager would not have made so many decisions given that the way that it turned out.
But if you remove that discretion from the branch manager,
Yes.
you have no other.
Yes, and actually, Your Honor, everybody thinks that the branch manager does not have so much power in a bank. But the truth is, the branch manager is the CEO of their branch. So there's really so much authority, so much that they can do, so much that they can approve.
What would you have done differently? What
Well-
would you, the bank, have done differently?
Yes, on February 5, when the funds entered, we should have immediately done an independent verification, independently of what Maya De Guito said. And we should have seen that the accounts could not justify, the KYC could not justify the amounts. And then on February 9, when we received the requests from Bangladesh, we should have, unfortunately, when Maya De Guito received the request, inubos niya yung account before she made a call.
What would you have you done differently?
Yes.
Knowing what we know now, seeing what we see now, what changes then?
Yes.
Are
It's
you
really the
prepared to
independent
implement?
verification. We cannot remove the powers and the discretion that the branch managers have because the success of every bank depends so much on branch managers. So to that extent, it's really a fine balance. We need the immediate supervisor's independent verification. That's one thing. If there were errors in judgment, we see that now on hindsight. But at that time, we didn't have the information that we have
So
now.
what specifically would you be changing now, or what have you already changed?
Your Honor, may I pass it to Raul Tan?
Yes.
Sir, we're working on decentralizing some of the functions, centralizing the functions from the branch to the head office. That's one. Second, we are...
You say you're working on, so
Yes, sir.
so you still haven't made
Well,
decisions, you
because
still haven't implemented it.
We did some of them already, Your Honor. I couldn't disclose them, but one of them would actually be centralizing the hold of the accounts as well as the discretion to lift the hold of the accounts outside of the business unit. So it will be an independent body which will now determine whether or not a hold can actually remain or not. So that's
The
one.
hold
of the accounts. So for example, if we receive a similar request in the future, what can happen is the head office will now initiate a hold centrally on the accounts or the account, and then the verification as to the validity of that remittance into the account will now be handled separately from the business unit, and the verification on KYC and all the validity of the transactions will be handled outside of the branch.
Okay, let me put it in layman's terms because that's pretty complicated for us to understand. Pag dumating isang notice sa iyo, let's say again from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York or from Bangladesh Bank, saying stop payment, that's a spurious transaction, you would now be able to move immediately on the same day that you receive the notice.
Ang mangyayari po is the head office can now centrally hold the account when we get the request, and then do a independent verification.
separate from the branch.
So you can put a hold on the account. You can tell the branch manager to hold it.
Hindi ho, manggagaling na ho sa head office. Si head office ang mag-hold in the system, i-hold niya yung account, and then they will advise the
So
branch.
you can lock up, you can prevent the transaction from going through
Yes, sir.
immediately.
Well, upon verification ng request and the reconciliation with the original remittance instruction.
At least that would bring you several days faster to being able to act on the
Yeah, the
transaction.
other thing that we have done actually, sir, is before we put in lower thresholds, no, in terms of crediting the accounts themselves. So before a certain remittance is credited to an account, there's a certain threshold above which it will require a clearance from the particular business units before the funds are actually credited.
Clearance from whom? From which group?
Well, right now it goes through the business unit head.
The business unit head.
In this case, for example, the branch, it will be the retail banking group head, Your Honor.
All right. Now, in this particular instance, even the way you're responding to our questions, it seems the compliance committee of the board comes in much later. In other words, it's like closing the barn door after the horse has run away. The compliance committee would only be effective in prospective policies or rules that they set up, but they are not geared to immediately respond in cases like this. Ms. Marcel.
Yes, Your Honor. Since they're composed of the business unit heads and they're not frontliners, they really will come after the fact. And the decisions of the committee, and it's the anti-money laundering committee for us, Your Honor, would be to determine if this is a proper account for an STR, for a suspicious transactions report. We also weigh, we don't want to make wrongful accusations or to make wrongful filings. But yes, it does come after the fact.
All right. Now, I'm curious. The committee is curious. Ms. Digito, how many suspicious transactions report have you filed, say, over the last 3 years? Give me a ballpark figure. I don't expect you to remember everything.
For the last
3 years.
None, sir.
None.
So
There's been no suspicious transaction in your branch.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you looked into the past transactions at the Jupiter branch, Ms. Marcel?
Yes, Your Honor, we are reviewing everything.
And was there any transactions in the past which would have merited a suspicious transaction report?
May I just check, Your Honor? I'll check with the from the head. Once we get some ideas, Your Honor, we will submit them to you. We
Yes,
don't have a
because
report yet.
Obviously, you have to look at the track record.
Yes, we are
of
looking
the
at
branch.
everything.
This might be happening every week
Yes.
or every month.
Your Honor, last year, for example, the bank filed a total of 246 suspicious transactions reports.
But none from Jupiter.
I don't have that information on me now, but we will provide the answer, Your Honor, to the committee.
Okay, then I have another question also about Jupiter. How are the Forex transactions or the Forex deposits or remittances into Jupiter compared to the other branches, 470 odd branches that RCBC has?
Yes, Your Honor.
Aside from head office, does the Jupiter branch have the most foreign transactions?
I wouldn't actually know, Your Honor, but probably not. Probably not.
All right. So would you be able to furnish the committee with that information?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe we can.
All right. Now let's go. Thank you very much. Now let's go to Ms. Digito. Ms. Digito, sino po nag-instruct sa inyo uli I'll have to repeat para magkakaroon ng flow yung question ko, na i-transfer po lahat ng mga pera dun sa account ng apat sa account ni Mr. William Go.
Si Mr. Kim Wong po.
Mr. Kim Wong.
Yes.
Mr. Kim, can you answer me if you made that instruction to Ms. Digito na ilipat sa account ni William Go?
Wala ko po alam dyan.
Did you know that William Go even had an account?
Hindi po.
Hindi mo ka-partner si William Go in any business transaction?
Hindi po.
Ms. Digito, why would Mr. Kim Wong, who has no business connections with Mr. William Go, select Mr. William Go's account?
Sir, honestly, yun din yung hindi ko naintindihan. That's why we had to verify with Mr. Go about it, and he confirmed the opening of the dollar account.
He confirmed the opening of the dollar account. Now let me get that clear. Was it his signature that opened the dollar account?
It was the same signature as that of his peso account, Your Honor. That was opened
Now, wait a minute.
2014 pa.
Answer my question. He was the one that opened the dollar account.
Yes, Your Honor. We
You saw
confirmed.
him sign the signature card.
No, Your Honor.
So how do you know he was the one?
My assistant called him to confirm the opening of the dollar account.
Sino nagpadala ng signature card kay Mr. William Go? Kay Mr. William Go.
Sir, Your Honor, as far as we can remember, we sent a messenger, or his messenger came to the branch that I have to, I will try to recall po.
Pina-messenger mo lang yung signature card kay Mr. William Go.
Parang ganun po.
At sinauli niya. And the signature on the foreign account matches the signature, existing signature in his peso account.
Yes, Your Honor.
His peso account, was it William Go alone or William Go or Century Tech?
It's Century Tex Trading doing business. William Go doing business as Century Tex Trading.
So nag-DBA siya.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. How long has that account existed, the peso account?
Since 2014, third quarter of 2014 po.
So less than 2 years.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Was it an active account?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is Mr. William Go here? He didn't turn up today. All right. Sabihin mo nga sa amin kung bakit sinabi ni Mr. Kim Wong na hindi ho siya nag-direct na i-deposit mo lahat sa account ni Mr. William Go. Sinasabi mo, siya ho nag-utos sa iyo. Who do you expect the committee to believe?
Your Honor, I'm sorry. Ulit po. Sorry
Alam
po.
mo, yung may-ari ng account, yung apat, theoretically, no? If they exist, the owner of the 4 accounts, whatever their name was, should have been the ones telling you, giving you instructions. Bakit tumatanggap ka ng instructions kay Mr. Kim Wong?
Sir, I met these account holders through him. Just like any other, si Mr. Wong acted as their authorized representative to inquire balances and instruct me for further instructions.
Is that allowed?
Your Honor.
Ms. Marcel, you can get your pants sewed off.
Yes. Your Honor, it's not allowed. There are no documents to support what she's saying. And in fact, Your Honor, in her letter to us, she categorically told us that it was Mr. Lagrosas himself who gave her instructions on the transfer of funds to William Go. So she's contradicting her own written statement to the bank,
May
Your
we have
Honor.
a copy of that statement?
Yes, Your Honor,
Yes.
we'll give it to you.
Ms. Digito, ba't mo sinabi kay Ms. Fernandez, kay Tony Fernandez, na si Lagrosas mismo nagbigay ng utos sa iyo?
Sir, during that time, it was a shock cause memo that she was mentioning. Nung panahon po na yon, hindi pa po ako handang magsalita sa kung sino po yung mga referrer ng accounts, sino ba yung mga tao na nakausap ko. Kaya po naging ganun yung advice ng abogado.
Ms. Fernandez, will you read the particular sentence in her letter to you? that deals with this.
A couple of hours after Mr. Lagrosas made the balance inquiry, pre-signed forms were sent to the branch for the withdrawal and transfer of funds. The forms were accompanied with a note with instructions as to the amounts to be withdrawn and transferred, as well as the accounts where the funds would be deposited. I reviewed the forms and found that there was instruction to deposit the funds to the account of Century Tex, an account of the branch since 2014 owned by Mr. William Go. Upon seeing this, I was initially confused because I was not aware of any connection between the holders of the subject accounts and Century Tex, and Century Tex did not have a US dollar account. Hence, I called Mr. William Go to make verification as to the transaction. I was immediately instructed to set up a dollar account for Century Tex and follow the instructions on the forms. And then, Your Honor, she discusses in detail that she received instructions from William Go to transact the funds with PhilRem as he needed to remit the Philippine peso equivalent. So it goes on, Your Honor.
So ang pumili sa PhilRem, si William Go.
Your Honor, yung involvement po ni Mr. Go dun sa the whole transaction, hindi ko po siya ganun kasigurado. But I am just certain that it's his account, it's his dollar account. Kung pinagamit niya po voluntarily yung account niya for whatever.
Teka muna. I'm limiting myself to the recent statement of Attorney Fernandez na sa sulat mo sa kanya o sa head office, it was Mr. William Go that instructed you. No. Well, what was that? It was Mr. Lagrosas.
First, Mr. Lagrosas, and then Mr. Go. So those were the two people she spoke with,
It was
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Lagrosas who instructed you to transfer the funds to Mr. Go.
Sir, I acknowledge that reply to Shoko's memo. As I told you a while ago, during the time that I answered the Shokos, I wasn't ready to name the personalities behind those referred accounts.
It doesn't matter. You did not want to name Mr. Kim Wong. That's what you're saying. So you would lie and say it was Mr. Lagrosas who gave you the order. Ganun ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
We've been holding hearings here for about 4 weeks na, no? Has Mr. Lagrosas or the others ever contacted you?
I'm sorry?
Yung mga may-ari ng account, ng dollar account, kausap mo ba sila?
Hindi po. The only time that I met them, that was the first and last, nung nakausap ko po sila at napakilala sila sa akin sa Maidas. That's the only time po.
So, pag may tumawag po sa iyo at sasabihin po niya, ako po si Lagrosas, i-transfer mo nga yung $26 million sa account ko, katanggap doon sa account ni Mr. William Go, tatanggapin mo yung order ng ganun?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
So you're now you are now saying that it was not Mr. Lagrosas who gave you orders to transfer it to the account.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes,
yes, Your Honor. It was really Mr. Wong who instructed me.
Not Mr. Lagrosas.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you were lying to your own head office.
Sir, as I said during that
No,
time.
do not give us the excuse for
lying. If you will consider that lying,
truth.
sir, yes, I would acknowledge.
All right. Ngayon, sinong pumili ng PhilRem?
I was asked by Mr. Wong if I could refer yun nga po, a remitting company to handle. Plus, kasi
He asked you to refer him to a remittance company.
if I could recommend a remitting company, kasi nga, there will be transfers to...
Inaamin mo, ikaw nag-recommend sa PhilRem?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Have you ever, in the past, had any transaction of this amount with PhilRem or any other remittance company? That's $81 million, more or less.
Oh, none, Your Honor.
Wala. Paano mo alam na may kaya ang PhilRem to convert that amount?
Not, alam ko kasi that they transact with the treasury of the bank. So, tsaka hindi
ba't
naman...
hindi mo binigay sa treasury ng bank mo?
Ang concern po kasi, di ba, yung bank rate versus the versus the rate of PhilRem is far better. So magkaiba po siya ng rate eh. Plus
But
kasi
PhilRem changed $61 million with RCBC. How can PhilRem's rate be better then?
yun po kasi yung pagkakaalam ko. Tsaka po kaya ko rin ni-recommend kasi nga I know that they know each other. So kung may mga instructions
Who
po,
knows each other?
si
PhilRem and
Sir
RCBC?
Pa?
PhilRem and RCBC? Who
Di
knows
ba?
each
Si
other?
Mr. Wong tsaka si Mr. Bautista.
Mr. Wong, how long have you known Mr. Bautista?
Medyo matagal na ho, pero wala ho kami negosyo.
Not even
Hindi
in
ko
the
po, hindi ko po alam siya yung FIREM eh.
Hindi mo alam na...
Yung kumpanya FIREM, kanya po.
So you only know him as a friend?
Friend na ho. Pagka gumagawang kotse, yung sira, doon sa talye ho.
Mr. Concon Bautista, is that correct? That you've never had any business transaction with Mr. Kim Wong
Yes, sir.
before this particular instance?
Yes, Your Honor. No business with Mr. Wong. We were introduced by a car shop owner.
By Jason Go?
No, sir. Naji in Autosport.
I'm not familiar. So, Miss Digito, ang sinabi mo, tinanong ni Mr. Kim Wong sa iyo, sino bang pwede mag-handle nito? At sumagot ka, PhilRem?
Apo, tapos sinabi ko po, si Michael Bautista, si Concon, para po pwede sila mag-usap ng diretsyo. Hindi na siguro alam yung PhilRem pero kalala niya si Concon. So I had to tell him that na it's Concon's business.
At pumayag ka dun, sinabi niya sa iyo, Mr. Kim Wong? Yung, Mr. Kim Wong, yung sinabi ni Ms. Digito, gamitin natin ang PhilRem, anong sinabi mo?
Hindi po kami nakausap yun eh. Paano ko siya makilala? Lumating na ho siya sa Soler, sabi ako si Concon. Sabi, FIREM. Ano ba FIREM? Tinanong ako sa akin ng treasury ng Soler.
So,
FIREM, hindi ko alam yun eh.
Anong arrangement mo naman kay Ms. Digito?
Wala po. Kasi
Hindi,
alam ko,
delivery.
true bank lang po yun eh. True bank to bank. Hindi ko. Wala po kami arrangement. Tanong niyo sa kanya.
Teka muna.
Nag-refer lang po ako eh.
Naka-deliver si Concon sa iyo doon sa Soler, di ba? Inamin mo naman yun eh.
Opo.
Okay.
Pero wala ko kami pinag-usapan ko pang natatanong ko. Wala po. Tanong niyo po.
Hindi ka ba nagulat? May darating na magdadala ng ganong kalaking halaga.
Kasi po, sabi po niya, darating ko siya para i-explain ko paano.
Explain ng ano?
Yung transaction po, para kausapin mo
Nandiyan na
sila
yung pera, di ba? Dala-dala niya yung pera, di ba?
Opo.
At no time did he ever visit you without bringing some cash.
Opo.
So who gave him the instructions to bring the cash to you? And you must have accepted.
Si Gao po tsaka si Ding na sinabi magdala sa cash. Yung si Ding ho tsaka si Gao. Si Gao ang nagsabi.
Hindi naman nila kilala si Gao.
O nga, nandun po din sila eh. Nung numating ho sila.
Hindi.
Ano po?
Ang question ko is, who told Miss Digito to tell Concon to bring the money to you at Soler? Eh, nakaantay ka doon sa Soler. So, ini-expect mo na may magdi-deliver ng pera doon sa Soler, sa inyo, di ba? 100.
Si Maya po.
80 plus 20.
80 plus 20 plus yung may di-deliver pa po. Actually, 200 hinihingi.
Okay.
So, sabi ho ni Maya, darating ho siya ng Soler po.
Siya mismo?
Opo.
Okay. Yung pagdating ni Concon, sinabi rin ni Maya sa iyo, darating si Concon sa Soler.
Hindi po. Nakita ko lang ho siya doon. Tanong niyo sa kanya.
Concon, Mr. Bautista, who made the arrangements for you to make the drop at Soler?
Sir.
She did.
Sir, no, yeah. I was the one who was in contact with Maya to bring the funds there. That's why it was my delivery in Soler.
All right.
We were
So
supposed
was
to
it-
have dinner with Concon. That's why he went there. And then
All
we
right.
saw each other there.
Now, the committee is trying to find out who gave instructions to you to deliver it to Mr. Kim Wong at Soler.
It
Maya.
Yes,
Alright.
Your Honor. Wei Kang-su. Wei Kang-su, to
You know,
deliver
that-
to Wei
You know, that's
Kang-su.
the biggest ghost in this whole affair. We don't know where he is. We have no record of his being in the country, and everybody uses him as an excuse. Even the so-called missing $18 million, he is being used as the excuse that it was delivered to him. But we want to know, Mr. Kim Wong must have known that you were coming to deliver the cash. So therefore, Ms. Digito told Kim Wong that you were going to deliver the cash to Kim Wong at Soler. Is that correct, Ms. Digito?
Sir, I'm sorry.
Yung pag-meeting ni Ms. Bautista at ni Kim Wong dun po sa Soler, you were the one who made that arrangement, obviously.
Sir, hindi po.
Ay, hindi nga sila magkakilala who made that arrangement.
Magkakilala po sila. Hindi lang po siguro alam ni Sir.
Pero you are in control of the money. You're in control of the account, di ba?
Sir, what I instructed Philrem noong February 5, yun nga po, parang i-remit sa Bloomberry and Eastern Hawaii.
Did you instruct Philrem, whoever it is, Mr. or Miss Bautista, to meet Kim Wong at Soler? And
Sir,
deliver
wala
money?
po.
Sinasabi nga ni Miss Bautista, kayo ho nag-instruct sa kanya. Eh, ba't niyang gagawin yun pag walang instructions galing sa iyo?
Sir, hindi ko po alam, pero wala po kasi akong instruction na ganun.
Well, you know, that stretches the imagination, no? Ikaw mismo nag-admit na ikaw nag-direct ng funds papunta dun sa account ni William Go. You admitted now that you asked Mr. Kim Wong or Kim Wong asked you for the name of a remittance company, ikaw nag-identify ng PhilRem. Tama? Tapos, yung pag-deliver ngayon ng funds ng PhilRem kay Kim Wong, you don't know anything about it. That stunts the imagination. Eh, anong gagawin ng PhilRem sa pera? Sinabi mo sa PhilRem, eto, may $81 million dyan sa inyo. I-convert mo nga sa pesos. So what were your instructions? To whom were they supposed to deliver the $81 million or its equivalent in pesos?
Sir, yun lang po kasi talaga yung instruction ko. Yung
Anong yung instruction mo?
Yung sa
Anong gagawin
Bloomberg-
sa pera?
Yung sa ang instruction po na gagawin sa pera is just to convert everything to peso. And I was expecting that peso to come back to the branch. Kasi yun po yung napag-usapan talaga.
And then, after it is converted into
Ang
pesos,
instruction lang po talaga na alam kong lalabas from the branch out of the $81 million are those of the Bloomberry and Eastern Hawaii. And everything else, ang instruction na was just to convert everything to peso. And I was just waiting for that peso to come
alright,
back to my
so
branch.
ito yung pera na pinadala sa Bloomberry telegraphic transfer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Telegraphic transfer but not from your branch. Diba?
Hindi po.
From the bank branch of PhilRem, dun po sa, where's that? Unimart.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, so sumunod naman ang PhilRem dun. At tapos, also about 1 billion pesos by telegraphic transfer to the account of Mr. Kim Wong under the name Eastern Hawaii. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright. So may balance pa. May $18 million, may 400 million pesos. Anong instructions mo doon? Anong gagawin sa $18 million?
Yung first transaction po was 14.2 or 14.7 million dollars lang po. Yun lang po yung na-transact ng February 5. Tapos po ng February 9, yun lang po, pinatransfer lang siya lahat kay PhilRem and I was just waiting for the peso value.
Miss Digito, I'm just asking you, what were your first instructions you carried out? Telegraphic transfer to Bloomberry, di ba?
Opo.
Sinunod naman ng PhilRem, di ba?
Opo.
Okay. Second instruction to Eastern Hawaii, about 1 billion pesos. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright. Eh, yung balance, tinatanong ko po sa inyo, ano ho instructions na gawin mo dun sa balance?
Yun nga po, yung instruction is to transfer to them, have them convert it to peso, and then return the peso funds to Jupiter branch, which did not happen. As to cash
so
delivery,
PhilRem was supposed to redeposit
the peso
balance,
value.
the peso with the Jupiter branch.
Yes, Your Honor.
PhilRem, would you like to respond to that?
Sir, I don't know. Under whose name will we deposit it back?
Under whose name, Mr. Gito?
Sir, the 5 accounts has a peso account.
Peso account ni William Go.
Yung 5 accounts po na may dollar, meron din silang pesos. Meron silang peso accounts that was open December.
Sino po? Yung Lagrosas and Company?
Yes, yung 5 accounts
meron
po.
pa rin silang peso account.
Opo.
Sino nag-open nun?
Kami po, sa branch.
So there are 10 accounts, 2 each.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you confirm that?
Yes, Your Honor. And actually, in her reply, she said, on December 8, 2015, I again received a call from Mr. Lagrosas requesting me to set up additional peso accounts for all of them.
Where is Mr. Lagrosas?
Sir, when she speaks of Mr. Lagrosas, I was speaking of Mr. Kim Wong.
Kim, ang dami mo palang pangalan eh. Ikaw ba?
Yung peso account po, dahil nung si Gao may utang ko sa akin, so nag-usap po kami ni Maya, December 8 po, sa Sule po, na buksan yung peso account, kaharap po siya. Sino sa Gao? Hindi. Ako lang.
So, alam po ninyo na nagbukas ng peso account rin si Miss Digito.
Pinapunta ko po si Maya, December 8, 2015, sa Sule po. Sigaw ako, siya, tsaka meron pa siya isang kasama, medyo malayo po, na meron na siyang peso ibabayad na sa akin. So sabi ni Gaw, ibuksan siya ng peso. Kaya nabukas ko yung peso po.
Alam ba ni Gaw na meron siya mga account dito in the name of...
Opo, siya po ang tatlo kami nag-uusap. Sabi ako ni Gaw paano po pwede pagkatiwala ng peso? Baka inakawin niya yan. Sabi ko, hindi naman siguro. Kasi 450 million. Ang utang niya sa akin.
So, Ms. Digito, you confirmed that Mr. Kim Wong also instructed you to open peso account.
Opo, yun din naman po yung sabi niya, as per instruction ng Chinese na yun, isa-set up siya ng peso accounts. Yung mga 5 binigay din sa akin nung una.
Alright. Now, was this a savings account?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Savings account.
So, who held the passbooks?
I delivered it to Soler nung December din po.
You delivered it to Mr. Kim Wong?
Opo, binigay ko. Nandun po yung, hindi ko po kasi yung mga kilala yung mga Chinese.
Just answer our question. Did you deliver the passbooks to Mr. Kim Wong?
Yes, sir. And he gave it to the Chinese, yung kasama niya po.
Alright. Now, let's look for the ghost. Who here has ever met Wai Kang-su? Have you met Wai Kang-su?
Yes, when I delivered in Soler.
Okay. He was with Mr.
Mr. Kim Wong and all other Chinese people.
Totoo ba yan, Mr. Kim Wong?
Hindi po.
Okay. Anong katotohanan?
Dumating ho yung pera, sabi ho nila sa akin, kailangan may recipient ho. Yung yung 80 million plus 20 million po, yung may recipient ho. So sabi ko kay Gaw, sino ba player mo? Tapos si Ding, sabi niya, sige, bigay mo na sa akin yung cash, 100 million first delivery, idaro sa Maidas. So sabi ni Gaw, kunin ko yung isang player ko, sandali. Si Ding, ito yung medyo maliit na player, pang 100 million lang po. So yung picture ho, nasa cellphone, pinakita ko lang po sa kanya. So picture niya
Meron
po.
ka bang picture ni Wai Kang-su?
Wai Kangsu, meron po.
Hindi. Hindi yung passport, pero na akong copy nun.
Meron pa original passport ni Wai Kangsu.
Eh sa cellphone mo, meron ka bang picture ni Wai Kangsu?
Wai Kangsu. Nandun ho sa isang phone ko, meron po.
In the next hearing, would you like to bring it?
Yeah,
Para
opo.
makita. Kasi everybody's talking about Wai Kangsu.
Opo.
Pero walang record ng immigration na pumasok siya into the country this year. Sigurado ka nandito siya nun in February and March?
Tingin ko, ewan ko po. Pero,
bakit pumayag si Mr. Gao na ibigay kay Wai Kangsu yung $18 million?
Hindi. Kasi ganito ho kami sa junket eh. Kunyari, si Gao ang head. So, marami siya player. Pwede niya muna ilagay muna dito, pwede ilagay dito. Kung baka siya yung recipient lang. Parang si Ding Sisio, naglaro sa Surer, siyang head ho. Tapos pwede bigay mi si kanino yung pera po.
Okay.
Opo.
So,
Pero siya yung nagko-command po, yung pera po.
So, malaking player ito si Wai Kangsu.
Hindi po. Mga...
Eh, may
natalo
18
ho siya sa Maidas. May record ho sa Maidas eh. Natalo siya, mga 70 million po.
Pesos, dollars?
Pesos po. May record ho sa amin yung April, May, ganun po. Sa Maidas po.
Yeah, but 70 million, that's less than $2 million. Here, we're talking about $18 million. Ba't ibibigay ni Gao kay Wai Kangsu?
Kasi po siya yung parang may utang ba, kaya baka makabawi para, pero pwede niya hindi ibigay, pwede hindi, kung baka dinagay lang po sa pangalan niya pang po.
You know, the committee finds a lot of holes in all your testimonies. And so we will have to continue this. We'll suspend or we'll continue this. By the way, we ask you to Ms. Salud Bautista to identify your chief accountant, and you still have not identified in the committee.
Your Honor, I'm so sorry, but my accountant already resigned. I'm the president of the company, and my husband and I...
If we don't have the name of your accountant, I'm going to recommend that the committee cite you for contempt. You will receive a letter showing cause why you should not be cited for contempt. The committee has the power to force that information.
Sir, we are the owners of the company, and we are
Doesn't matter.
accountable. We are accountable for the actions that our company has
We
done.
want the name of your accountant. And you can ask, of course, you've got a top-notch lawyer helping you there. So you can ask him. He'll be here to protect your interests. But the committee will be sending you a show cause order why you should not be cited for contempt. And at the next hearing, if you still don't have the name, bring your overnight bag already.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Compañero, all right. All right. Senator Enrile, would you like to propound any more questions? No more. Well, by the way, it is the birthday of our chairman, Senator Guingona, so he said he would like to suspend this hearing to give you all a chance to go up to his office and have lunch with him. Of course, he doesn't expect you, but let's all surprise him and ask him for some free food. Thank you all for coming, and we will let you know when the next hearing will be called to order, but you have been placed on record. All right? Thank you.
Dwindled.
Mr. Chairman, the situation demands higher penalties, but I don't think the situation has deteriorated.
If you, why do you increase the penalty if there is no basis?
Well, Mr. Chairman,
I'm asking for the basis of your recommendation to increase the penalty. It's not just, you cannot just do an arbitrary decision for the people. It's not your decision. This is going to affect the people.
Mr. Chairman, if I may,
Ano, ito masama sa atin. We are tending to become a government of men, not a government of laws.
Mr. Chairman, the basis for our belief that monetary penalties can be increased is the increased threat of money laundering activity to the country.
So why not increase it to 1 million or 50,000 at least?
Well, Mr. Chairman, we have recommendations. It will be up to Congress to decide on that, Mr. Chairman.
Even if the amount involved is only 1,000, you impose 30,000? Is that it?
Mr. Chairman, our recommendation is based on both amounts and also should be related to the size of the transaction, Mr. Chairman.
And you determine the gravity based on your notion of what is grave? Mr. Chairman, I do not want to belabor this. This is not his function. This is the function of Congress. Now, I am surprised. I only raised that question because we start to learn that we cannot deal with policy in this country on a whimsical basis. There must be a cause, a reason for us to adopt a policy. Thank you.
Thank you. Governor, when you make your recommendations, then make sure about the basis for your recommendations.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Okay. On page 40, Maidas, Miss Nepomuceno, Attorney Nepomuceno.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. In that past hearing, it was mentioned that 550 million entered Maidas, and it was linaro doon sa junket, ano po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you still have to determine that amount. You're still determining that amount.
Actually, Your Honor, we're trying to look at all the accounts of that were played in the casino, and we're determining what is the portion of the Gauss playing account vis-a-vis the entire report of the gross gaming revenue reported to the junket agent, which is Prime Investment Korea, Inc.
Yeah, but anyway, at any rate, you said that in the last hearing you will give the amount in 10 working days. Yun po, I'm reading, I have the transcript.
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, we have a ballpark figure of the amount. We're able to actually evaluate all the records. We are still in the process of completing the records.
Okay,
that will be
okay.
submitted.
So, in 10 working days, which is...
I can actually give you the ballpark figure, Your Honor, today.
Okay. Now, let's just wait for your final report so we can...
Yes, Your Honor.
When will that be?
That should be any time this week, Your Honor.
Okay. Very good then. Central charter, but also for the anti-money laundering.
Mr. Chairman, on that point, we have, for the BSP, we have prepared recommendations for consideration of the Monetary Board and the Anti-Money Laundering Council, Mr. Chairman. We're just completing our internal process, but we'll be able to offer those recommendations, Mr. Chairman, as early as next week to the Anti-Money Laundering Council.
Next week?
And, because,
we won't hold you to the deadline, but or less indicative.
no, Mr. Chairman, what we will do is after the Monetary Board has cleared our recommendations, it will be submitted to the Anti-Money Laundering Council for its consideration as part of the set of amendments to be recommended for consideration of Congress.
I see. You make it pass to the Monetary Board first.
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Okay. Senator Enrile.
I was not here the last hearing, but is this 30,000?
Governor Spinilla, could you please elaborate?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The BSP was queried as to what are the limits in terms of the monetary penalties that the BSP may impose. I clarified, Mr. Chairman, that under the existing BSP charter amendment, BSP charter, we are limited by law to impose a maximum of 30,000 pesos per day per violation, Mr. Chairman.
What is the basis of the imposition of this maximum penalty? That is the upper part of the range, no, of penalty that you can exact. What led you to go to that limit, to the upper limit?
No, Mr. Chairman, I was just answering I was just answering what is the limit.
No, I am asking you. You're a part of policy making, and you are suggesting a policy that you will have to exact the maximum penalty, and the question that enters immediately to my mind, what caused that?
Mr. Chairman, we suggested that there should be some review of the upper limit because, for example, in the situation at hand, in the money laundering case, for example.
Are you suggesting that the banking system has become deteriorated to such an extent that you have to exact the maximum penalty so that you can control the situation? Or are you suggesting that you have become so inefficient that you have to exact the maximum penalty in order to make your efficiency higher?
No, Mr. Chairman. The amount of 30,000 pesos per day in comparison to the size of the transactions is actually very small. And the context of that discussion, Mr. Chairman, was that one of the senators cited the large amounts of penalties that are actually being imposed in other jurisdictions. I was just responding to that, Mr.
Very small, you said. But that is precisely the range. That range was intended by the government to exact severity in relation to exact situations, isn't it? That is the purpose of that from 0 to 30,000. That gradation is based on the severity of the situation according to the perception of the regulator. And I'm asking you now, since you are moving, you have gone to the upper limit and probably you want to go beyond, is that a sign that your system has become uncontrollable or that there is something wrong with your system?
There's nothing wrong with the system, Mr. Chairman. The penalty is meant...
Why are you increasing the penalties?
It is meant for those who violate the rules, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. If you are efficient and you can control the situation, you don't have to impose a penalty because everybody will be complying. Then, if your efficiency becomes deteriorated, you increase it over 0 until you reach the maximum range of 30,000.
Yeah. Before that, we'd like to recognize the presence of Senator Bam Aquino. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Those who are here for the first time, could you please stand and raise your right hand? Those who are here for the first time. Yes, Miss. Sir, yung notary first. Oh. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding? Kindly that if you to say yes. Thank you. You may take your seats.
We also see Mr. Gaite has arrived, representing the Securities and Exchange. Yes, good morning, sir. Okay, before we proceed to the heart of the matter, which is the PhilRem Group, the group that was tasked to make the report of the junket operator, what group was that? There are two groups, right? Gold Moon, am I correct? And the other is?
Your Honor, for Gold Moon, we've already submitted our report.
Yes, yes. The other one,
the other one is from Sun City.
Sun City, are you here?
He's not around yet, Your Honor, but I understand they'll be submitting a report today.
Yes, they said they would submit it within 1 week. 1 week.
Yes, Your Honor, yeah.
Will he be coming over? Is he just late, or will he not be coming?
I understand he will be coming over, Your Honor.
Okay. RCBC, in page, you did commit to, well, you undertook to submit copies of your MT 999s.
Your Honor, we've submitted them together with everything actually that we submitted to AMLC. They're all in the file.
To AMLC?
Which were submitted to the Senate, Your Honor, as I understood.
By MLC?
Yes, sir. But I understood that all the records pertaining to all the
Just,
four accounts were
okay,
there, sir.
thank you. But let's just confirm, Ms. Abad, has it been submitted to the Blue Ribbon?
I understand there were documents that have been submitted by RCBC to the AMLAC, but I'm not sure if this is the same documents that the Honorable Senator is referring to.
Maybe can we just have a copy of everything that you submitted to AMLC?
All right, Your Honor.
Thank you, thank you. And for the BSP, in the last hearing, Governor Espinilla, in the discussion about the penalties of the banks in relation to the charter of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, about a 30,000 per transaction, 30,000 per transaction, or 30,000 per day penalty, if you remember correctly.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, and you did commit that you would make some submissions with regards to some changes that you want, that you wish, not only for the bank. The hearing of the Senate Blue Ribbon is hereby called to order. Good morning, everyone. For anything else, I'd like to acknowledge the senators who are present at this moment in the plenary hall. We'd like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Juan Ponce Enrile, the Minority Floor Leader. Morning, sir. Let's then acknowledge the resource persons who are here. For the Bureau of Internal Revenue, we have Attorney Marisa Cabreros, Assistant Commissioner for Legal Service, BIR. Good morning, ma'am. For the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, we have Deputy Governor Nestor Espinilla Jr. Good morning, sir. Okay. For the AMLC, the Commission proper, the Insurance Commission, Attorney Manuel F. Dook. Morning, sir. The Executive Director of the Anti-Money Laundering Council, Ms. Julia Bakay Abad. Where are you? Oh, there you are, right in front of me. Okay, good morning, ma'am. PAGCO, represented by Mr. Eugene Manalastas.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. PAGCO representative for MIDAS, Mr. Raimundo de Guzman. Yes, good morning. For RCBC, we have President Mr. Lorenzo Tan. Good morning, sir. And the EVP, the head of the Treasury Group, Mr. Raul Victor B. Tan. Good morning, sir. Of course, Attorney Maria Celia Estavillo. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, sir.
Mr. Raymart Marbella, Mr. Romaldo Agarado, and Pinky Makaalay. Good morning. You're here? Okay, thank you. PNB, represented by Ms. Alice Cordero. Good morning, ma'am. Mr. Nelson Tan, BDO, represented by Attorney Alvin Go. Good morning, sir. East-West, represented by Attorney Benedicto Valerio and Ms. Bernadette Ratcliffe. Good morning. Yes, there you are. Okay, PhilRem, Ms. Salud Bautista and Mr. Concon. Bautista, are you feeling better? Mark Palmares, are you here? Okay. Soler, represented by Benitan, Attorney Benitan. Good morning. Gold Moon Junket Soler Resort, Attorney Eduardo Escaño. Yes, good morning. Melco Crown Philippines, Attorney Katrina L. Nepomuceno.
Your Honor, I'm from representing Midas Hotel.
Okay, Midas then. Thank you. Melco Crown Philippines, Adrian Au and Jomini Nazareno. Attorney, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Maya Santos de Guito, good morning, ma'am. Angela Torres, good morning. Mr. Loren Anthony Escobar, good morning. And the Truth Verifier Systems, representative of the Truth Verifier System Incorporated, Ms. Catherine Aquino. Good morning, ma'am. We also have Attorney Renato E. De Jesus. Okay, yes, good morning, sir. Yes, administrative matter before we proceed. All those who are here as resource persons and who have not yet taken their oath, please stand. The Director General is by...
that is the limit established by the policy formulators. And that is why I'm asking, what is the impelling reason for going beyond or to that upper limit and beyond, perhaps? Is that just an arbitrary decision, or is it based on a substantial cause?
Chairman, the amount of penalty prescribed by law is meant to be a deterrent to and to promote compliance with the law, Mr. Chairman.
Kaya nga tinatanong ko, marami bang hindi nagko-comply? Marami bang gumagawa ng kalokohan? Marami bang hindi sumusunod? Dahil dyan ay ipinapataw ninyo yung pinakamabigat na parusa, ganun ba? O ito ay joke. joke only, like some candidates are saying that they make jokes only.
No, Mr. Chairman, we recommend imposition of the maximum penalty when the situation warrants it.
Mr. Director, Mr. Bangko Sentral, bakit nga ipinapataw ninyo yung maximum penalty? Bakit? What is the immediate, primary, and effective cause?
When the situation is grave, Mr. Chairman, in such that there is a possible damage to the system or affecting the
so you
institution.
say because of the situation. Are you saying that the situation has become a little bit unwieldy? That you have now to impose a maximum penalty for violations?
No, Mr. Chairman, we don't think the system is unwieldy, but I think the situation warrants sanction to those who have violated the law, Mr. Chairman.
Well, you know, the law is wise. You know, it establishes a range from 0 up to an upper limit, depending upon the condition of the system. And that's why I'm asking you, as an administrator, whether you have reached that upper limit that reflects the efficiency of the system.
Mr. Chairman, I think the context here is 30,000 pesos compared to the asset sizes of the transactions is such a small amount, Mr. Chairman.
You are making excuses. You must. I'm asking for a question because we are designing a policy.
Perhaps, Governor, could you explain the context?
I'll put it this way. Why not reduce it? You cannot reduce it because that will be illogical in relation to the situation, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have to apply, or the Monetary Board has to take into consideration the context of a specific situation in determining what amount of penalty to impose, Mr. Chairman.
No. We are establishing a policy. What you're suggesting is a discretion based on your judgment. The law must establish a rule, a guide. It's not yours, but it's Congress' prerogative to do that.
Mr. Chairman, there are implementing regulations in terms of assessing.
We are not talking on implementing
penalties.
regulations. You are not lawmaking. We are the lawmakers. And I'm asking you, as a matter of policy, whether the situation demands that we increase the penalties, which shows that the situation has deteriorated, or that your efficiency has